Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for swinging on through, whether you're watching now, later, whenever, hopefully not never. It's a big day in the sports world today, at least for the NFL and the NBA. I'm going to be primarily focusing on the NBA today, but I am going to kind of keep some tabs on the NFL draft that's happening. So I will be, peeking in over on ESPN or whatever the hell it is that's showing the NFL draft and Vikings. I think the Minnesota Vikings, have pick number like 18. So that, who knows, that could be hours from now. And then we have NBA Finals, game number 3 for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets. Tip-off is slated for, well, Google says 8:30 Central Time, but it's probably going to be closer to like 8:40, 8:45 Central. For game number 3, Wolves and Nuggets are going to square off at the Target Center in Minneapolis. So I'm going to be doing an astrology prediction for that game. And before I do that, I'm just going to do like a quick recap of game number 2. So yeah, thanks everybody for stopping on through. And I was late because my hair is kind of driving me nuts. So like side note, I feel like it's kind of crazy and all over the place. Hey Angel, how are you doing? We all have our wings. I need to get an angel noise or like chime sound for when you come in and then I can play it, but it's good to see you. Yeah, cheers from Oregon. That's awesome. I was watching this guy on a live stream walk his dog along the coast in Oregon. Gosh, I forget what it's called. He kept saying it too, but it was so cool. I wanted to be there. Like I wanted to just teleport there. And Angel, maybe you know this. I think it's a really popular spot over there, but I think they also filmed some of the movie Twilight there. It's something, I want to say like canon something, but I don't think that's right. But anyway, so if you know what that is, let me know. But yeah, it's good to see you. And I know Rap, I just got a notification that Vocal Bike Rap is doing a live reaction right now. So I might have to like peek on over there and see what he's got going on too. Yeah, school crazy, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I like the second emoji, this one. I've been using that one a lot more recently, so I feel like that's very fitting for what's going on, definitely. Yes, go Wolves, definitely. I mean, you guys know this at this point, but I gotta play the Timberwolves sounder for you guys. Hopefully you can hear it too. I've been having sound troubles every time I go live. I have some sort of technical difficulty. Like I had my sound settings all figured out and everything was working properly. And then I came back into Restream today to get ready for tonight and everything had like flipped back. So the sound wasn't working. It wasn't carrying over, but hopefully it is. Okay. I should get a Viking horn too for tonight as well. But yeah. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think they kind of didn't the rounds in the NFL draft. I am no NFL draft expert. The majority of you guys all know that. But didn't they like shorten each pick, I think, by like a minute or two? So hopefully things can kind of get a little bit more speedy and go a little faster. So, yay! Excellent. Excellent. I love to hear it. Very good. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. That's how I know if it's working or if there's problems. So I really appreciate you letting me know. And somebody on my TikTok live the other night, I was like, I need to find a sounder for the Denver Nuggets. And I found this like pick noise, like this pickaxe noise. And he was like, you should do the Joker. So I was like, that's amazing. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? So this is what I have for the Nuggets. It's like classic Joker laugh. So hopefully won't be playing that a lot. I don't think I'm going to try to stick around for at least like tip off of Wolves Nuggets. But you guys, I didn't even stay awake long enough for game 2. I didn't even stay awake until tip off. So yeah, it's past my bedtime. But I'm gonna try to stick around. So, but let me see here. Oh, you know what too? Everybody on TikTok and Twitch, I am also going to go live over here on my phone. You can kind of see it. I'm going to go live on TikTok on my phone over here. So I'm going to go live over there quick. I got it like all set up, but because I haven't the majority of you all know this, but I haven't gotten like permission to go live on my computer. Well, I can go live on my computer, I guess, but it's a little different. So anyway. Oh, TikTok is telling me that I now can take guests. Okay. All right, cool. Um and you know what, you guys too, for those of you that weren't here last time on what day was that? What day was game 2? Was it shoot, I need to look at my notes. Oh, Angel, that's funny. I knew somebody was gonna ask me about that. When was this? When was game 2? Oh, 420. Yeah, exactly. It was 3 days ago. So what was that? Monday? Okay, yeah, that was Monday. It's Thursday today, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. Okay, so I forgot what I was even getting at with that. What the hell? I don't even know what I was getting at with that. Yeah, but for Monday night, I didn't even stay awake until tip off because it was like, again, 9:45, and the game ended at like 1 a.m. So anyway, I'll get into the recap, but anyway, Angel, yeah, to your point. Jade, how did you feel the other day with the garden products? Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah. My tolerance used to be so high. And now it's very infrequent, when I dabble. So my tolerance has dropped a lot. So it doesn't really take much. And I had homemade coconut oil that I had infused. So, and it's very, very strong. I was telling you guys that the other day. It's like super strong. So a little goes a long way. But yeah, felt good. Yeah, it was all good. Did you celebrate at all on Monday? And if so, how was it? Okay. Oh, I can get guests over here. Interesting. Okay. And TikTok, I'm still like learning this platform over here. I remember what I was going to say. I got a violation on TikTok the other day. I guess I have to like mind my P's and Q's over there. All I was talking about was Mars, the planet Mars, and the attributes associated with Mars. And then it said that I had like violent and criminal behavior or whatever on my stream on TikTok. So I got like a violation and then it was restricted. So I'm learning. Gotta not say that, I guess. Hey, William, how are you doing? Oh, you know what, William? I was going to check and see if the Penguins won the other night. Did they end up winning? I'm not sure. Yeah. Right. Love it. Exactly. Yeah. I have my other computer monitor stuck on the Joker right now. All right, so let me see. I was gonna get the NFL draft all like queued up here. I have Hulu on over here, and I think I could stand corrected, but I think the Wild are playing tonight too. Okay, here we go. NFL draft round 1. I know nothing about it. I can't even remember the guy's name that was going number 1. Okay. I can't even remember. All right. Oh, okay, there we go. Texas coming in clutch here. All right, so Fernando Mendoza taken by the Raiders as the number 1 pick, right? Okay, that was the one that I was thinking of. I could not remember. All right, only 17 more picks until the Vikings get their chance. And it sounds like the Vikings are going to be going for like a safety or something that's very similar to Harrison Smith. So we'll see how that goes. No, they didn't win. Damn it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. All right. So before I do the recap of game number 2, I just want to pull up and see if the Wild are playing tonight. And I'm pretty sure they are, but I could be wrong. Maybe they played. I don't know. So much stuff going on. Oh, okay. Here's number 2. The Jets pick is in, you guys. And okay, isn't Fernando Mendoza, isn't he kind of similar to Pizza Ranch Boy a little bit? And Pizza Ranch is with the Raiders now. Okay. Oh, all right. So this was yesterday. The Minnesota Wild played yesterday, and they lost. All right, to Dallas. So they're down in the series 1-2. All right, David Bailey from Texas Tech, the edge rusher. It looks like the Jets took him as number 2. All right, very exciting. I love their like little walk. He's got his like tux on. He's got sunglasses on. All right, do your thing, man. This is like their catwalk here. All right, this is their catwalk. This is the time to strut their stuff. This is the big moment. Okay, they're down 3-0 in the series. Shoot, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, you never know, though. You never know. I remember, what was it, like 2005 or 2004 or something? Like the Wild, I think, were down like 0-3 in the series or something and like came back. I could stand corrected, but you never know. You never know. All right. I can manage AI summaries in the settings. Okay, cool. Seriously, I have to just keep going live on TikTok to learn the platform, but I will eventually learn it. And I'm not going to get any more violations. I guess I can't talk about the planet Mars. Okay. So recap from Monday, 3 days ago. Wolves and Nuggets game number 2, you guys. All right. They're hugging it out. Roger Goodell hugging it out with David Bailey. Oh, wow. The Detroit Lions are picking number 17 right before the Vikings. Okay. All right. The Eagles are 23rd. Okay, right on, right on. Who are the Eagles planning on taking? I mean, seriously, you guys know this at this point. Like, I do not pay attention to college football or college sports, like, at all. So I never really know what's coming with the NFL draft. I just learn, like, with everybody else. So, hi, everybody on TikTok. Thanks so much for stopping through. Appreciate it. All right, so TikTok, I have the game chart for Minnesota Timberwolves versus Denver Nuggets. That's going to be tonight. About a little over an hour tip-off time. So I'm going to go through the chart there. For those of you on TikTok and Twitch, I'm going to share my screen right now and put the chart up for tonight. Now, Google says tip-off is at 8:30 Central Time, but we know the NBA is always kind of running late, so I moved the chart forward to about like 8:40 Central Time. All right. I think my computer is like working overtime because I feel like I'm frozen a little bit over here. Let me know if I'm frozen on my computer. I might have to turn off Hulu. My computer is just working too hard. It can't keep up. All right. I'm going to verify that I'm not a bot. Okay, I'm not a bot. All right. I think I'm back. Okay. Now, let me share my screen. And then I'm going to do a recap for game 2 after I get everything set up over here. I think I can do it. I've only been streaming on here for many, many years. Okay. Oh, there's a Leo. Okay, you know what's really funny too, you guys? There's a Leo moon tonight. And or the moon is currently in Leo right now, and Leo is such a flashy sign. You know, it's associated with like entertainment, sports, recreation, and gambling. So it's very fitting that the moon has moved into Leo, and we have like the NFL draft starting tonight. Number 1 is like the main thing, like spotlight on all the NFL players. Okay, so it's just very fitting that the NFL draft starts with a Leo moon. And game number 2. So Wolves and Nuggets are currently, they're tied up. The series is 1-1. And I picked the Wolves to win game number 2. I picked the Wolves to win by a pretty wide like point spread. I don't like it to be like that wide usually, but I picked the Wolves to win by 1 to 10 points. They ended up winning by 5. Final score was Minnesota. Math is hard. Minnesota Denver 114. So happy about that. And you know, since I didn't stay up for the game at all, I don't really know like a lot of the extras, like happenings that were going on during the game. But a lot of the things that I was mentioning for game number 2 was that it was going to be high intensity, probably a lot of like smack talking, like an extra level of this rivalry that these two teams have, and that they're really like building. Especially we saw that in game one, like Jaden McDaniels, like pushing the Joker. The two teams kind of got into a little bit of a scuffle. I expected more of that in game number two. And I was really talking about how in game number two, I thought that Denver was really, really going to try to like poke the bear, like really, or poke the wolf rather, and like really try to get under the Timberwolves skin to kind of get them upset and like make them kind of like lash out a little bit. And I also said that if the Timberwolves could kind of like use that high intensity, but more selective, like kind of like the energy of like observing from the corner and then like striking at the right moment and keeping the high intensity, but staying calm, like not letting the Denver Nuggets and like their smack talk and whatever they were doing, like get to the Timberwolves. And I know at one point the Wolves were down by like, I think it was like 19 points. I'm not exactly sure like what quarter that was, but they ended up coming back and winning. So kudos to the Timberwolves on that. And anything else? Not really. I mean, there is more, but we can get to tonight's chart. All right. So moving on in my nerd notes here for tonight's game. All right. And like I said, the Leo moon, it's just very, very fitting. A lot of happenings going on. Mars attacks. Hi, Mars. How are you? Good to see you. I have to find a Mars sounder, too, for when you join. Yeah. Good to see you. How's everything going? How's your watch? Is your watch telling you everything that you need to know? That's very, very cool. All the technology, I swear. But yeah, good to see you. Cheers, everybody. I'm going to have a sip of water, and then let's get into the chart for tonight. All right. So let me move my mouse over here. And we still have speaking of Mars, I better be careful because I don't want to get another violation on TikTok because, I was talking about all these Mars things. And Mars is associated with kind of some mean things. And then, yeah, TikTok said I had violent criminal behavior on my stream, but I didn't. So anyway, hopefully no violations tonight, and hopefully it can be kind of like smooth sailing. But yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. People are popping in and out over there. So, oh yeah, you're doing good. Very good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Very nice. Very nice. And two, I'm glad it's almost the weekend, you guys. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm glad it's almost the weekend. And today was one of those days at work where it was just like everything happening. I felt like, it was fine. I'm appreciative of my job, but at the end of the day, right, we're just all on like this spinning rock that's hurtling through space. But I was just like, at one point, I'm like, that like meme of that woman where like the triangles and the formulas are just like circling around her head. That's kind of how I felt today for a little while. But then I took a walk at lunch with my dog and stepped away, got outside, was listening to the birds and enjoying the sunshine. So that was very helpful. And it's so freaking windy here right now, you guys. It's always freaking windy here. Okay. All right. Leo moon. Let's get into it. All right. We got about an hour, little over an hour before tip off. So we'll see what happens. I have a couple of notes to go through for tonight, but I don't have a lot. Thanks again, everybody, for joining on TikTok or just stopping through. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, everybody, here we go. So first thing I'm going to touch on, the majority of you guys already know this, is the moon. She's the co-ruler of every single chart. So like I was already blathering away about, the moon is at 3 degrees of Leo, all right? So the moon rules our emotions, our feelings, and it also rules like the people in world astrology. And again, with the Leo moon tonight and with the NFL draft happening, it's just so fitting because it's like all of these guys have just been waiting for their moment in the spotlight. And the Leo energy, the spotlight always follows Leo placements. Leo's ruled by the sun. So it's like super, super powerful. And the moon at 3 degrees of Leo is in good communication with all of these planets that we have in Aries. Leo is a fire sign, and then we have Neptune, Saturn, Mars, Mercury, all in Aries. So the moon, this thick blue line here, is making a trine, which is a very good astrological aspect, or the moon is in good communication with all of these planets. And it's especially fitting too for the NFL draft with the moon making good communication with the planet Saturn, because Saturn is about discipline and is about structure and hard work and longevity. So a lot of these players for the NFL draft, they've been working really, really, really hard, right, to get to this point, to have their moment and, you know, to take the next step. So it's like super fitting that the moon is in Leo tonight. All right. So, hi, Ryan. Good to see you. I really hope Jaden didn't shoot his mouth off so soon, ripping the Nuggets, right? It could backfire and piss them off, right? Exactly. And like Jaden McDaniels, too, shoving the Joker the other night. I mean, it's like, dude, come on now. Jaden, we need you, okay? The Wolves need you. Please don't. But then I think he was also talking about their defense, right? When you say he's ripping the Nuggets, I think he was talking about like how they can't defend, right? It's like, don't give them any ammo, right? For that. Like, please don't. So we'll see what happens tonight though, but I agree with you. And two, also back to the Leo moon, you guys. Again, Leo's a very flashy sign. A lot of people in entertainment have Leo placements. And a lot of people that are just naturally in the spotlight have Leo placements. So it would not surprise me to see maybe a couple celebrities in the stands tonight at Target Center. I know like Justin Jefferson made mention that he was gonna, you know, because what's the practice that's going on right now for the Vikings and for football? Like, not mandatory, but unmandatory team activities or whatever it's called. Like, they don't have to go to practice, but they can. What is that called, you guys? Somebody tell me. You'll tell me. But I know like Justin Jefferson's in town and stuff like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if maybe we see a couple like celebrities in the house tonight at Target Center. It would be really awesome, just myself personally, and I'm sure a lot of other people, if Kevin Garnett was in the stands again. He was just at the Target Center. I think it was on like the 12th of April or the 19th, maybe. It was just on, I think on the 19th, but it would be really cool to see KG back tonight. But it wouldn't surprise me if there was a celebrity in the house. And, you know, maybe not any NFL players because the draft is happening, but I also could see it. Like, I could see like Justin Jefferson like sitting courtside too, with the Leo moon. Again, like, Leo associated with superstars and celebrities, and the moon ruling the people, the moon in Leo tonight. We could see that. I also hope the Vikings draft smart, right? Aren't they going for a safety, allegedly, supposedly, right? That's kind of what I heard. Voluntary OTAs. Thank you, Ryan. I knew somebody was going to tell me. Oh, God. So we got all this Leo moon activity. And two, the Leo moon is also going to go into the weekend too. So it could be a good weekend for, you know, doing like, feeling kind of like harnessing your inner child too, because Leo rules like children. And again, it's that energy of like sports, recreation, gambling, feeling childlike, playing around. It's very like playful energy. So this weekend we got the Leo moon. Now the moon is opposing Pluto. This red line here kind of running through the center of the charts. So we do have that opposition. Let me get my mouse over here. Opposition going on. That's kind of like this like push or pull energy here. And Pluto can be a destructive planet. It's kind of like what's underneath or like what's hidden. So there could be some like emotions, especially tonight, that have been bubbling up under the surface that might kind of, I don't want to say like explode, but come to the surface tonight. And we could definitely see that with Wolves and Nuggets, especially with how this series has been going, right? And like Ryan, to your point, like Jaden kind of talking a little bit of smack about the Nuggets too, like after the game. So we definitely could see some of those kind of emotions coming to the surface tonight with the moon opposing Pluto. It's kind of like one or the other. All right. Now we'll start with the Timberwolves since we already kind of talked about the moon. Oh, another thing too that I wanted to get at with the moon is the moon is squaring the sun, and so the moon is in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun, which is our vitality, who we are at our core. It's our life force. It's very powerful, obviously. So the moon is in the sign that is ruled by the sun, and the moon is currently squaring or having tension with the sun. So again, all of this like vitality and life force and these emotions are kind of being like stirred up a little bit here. Okay. So, oh, yeah. All right. Before we get on to the the Timberwolves too, let's talk about 90 Day Fiance really quick. All right. So, are you caught up on 90 Day? It still blew my mind for the longest time that the girl who went to Australia, that she had to leave the country to find someone. But as I watched the season, I said, Elise, I think her name was Elise, right? Her neediness ruined her hotness. I mean, she's beautiful, right? Like, and the guy, I forget his name. That's Australian, like, spoiler alert, her now ex-boyfriend or whatever. He's really, really good looking, like really good looking. But that was like, I'm pretty much caught up on 90 Day. I didn't watch this last week. I caught a little snippet of it, but I have been watching. I mean, I just feel like there were so many red flags from the beginning there. And it's like she had already come from this situation of having her like identity kind of stolen, and then, being used for like her money. And then now she finds herself in this relationship where this guy, and I mean, he seems to be okay, but it's like he doesn't really seem to have his like finances in check or like a job really in check or anything like that. And it seemed like there were like really hidden things that he wasn't divulging, and yeah. But I will say, I mean, it was, as a viewer, it was really cool to see them like kind of scale that waterfall or whatever. She definitely like faced her fear there. So that was cool. Anyway, but yeah, and you know what? I'm actually kind of surprised that she ended it at the airport. Like, I thought maybe she would have like hung on a little bit and like, okay, let's see what's going to happen here. But like, as a viewer, I was like, you know what? Like, it's probably better for you guys just to not be together, but we'll see what happens. And then the couple, Forrest and gosh, what's her name? They're so cute. I want them to work out. Oh my God, what is her name? Ryan, maybe you know it. And she's in the Philippines, I think, right? Oh my God, but they're so cute. I want them to work out. And then who else is on there? I don't know their names, but I can see them. The one guy that already has like 4 or 5 kids, and then his girlfriend isn't talking to him, but then she showed up at the airport. So if I wasn't retired, right, if you weren't married, Ryan, I don't think I could put up with her. She's definitely got a lot of energy. Yeah, a lot of energy for sure. I really like that she has cats, or a cat, so she takes care of a cat. And, it seems like she's really just trying to find her person. And yeah, she's got a lot of energy. And I mean, she's beautiful, but yeah, very high energy. I wonder what her astrology chart says. That would be really interesting to see that. And I think the reunion for 90 Day is this weekend, right? I think it's this weekend. And it seems like her and, is it Emma? I think Emma, right, are kind of like squaring off a little bit in the clip. So we'll have to see. And yeah, who else is on there? I don't even know. Like, I can see some of their faces, but I can't remember any of their names. Is it Gina, or is that Forrest's girlfriend's name? I think that they're the most legit couple on there. And I mean, they seem to really, really love each other. And it was kind of sad that he wasn't able to like stay there, but I hope that they make it. So, yeah. I don't think I could put up with her. Well, yeah. There's the right person for everybody, right? There's the right person for everybody. Alrighty. So, we got time. Also, is anybody watching Survivor? Or am I the only one? Because we're at season 50 of Survivor. 90 Day Fiance. What are they on? 90 Day Fiance? Is it before the 90 days? Seriously, when I was trying to go back and look up what season was actually live, because there's so many spinoffs, I'm like, okay, is it before the 90 days? Is it 90 Day Fiance? Is it the other way? Like, which one is it? Like, I don't know which one it is. And then I put into Google 90 Day Fiance current season. Okay, now it's telling me the other season. Is it before the 90 days? Ryan, do you know? Are you still in here? Is it before the 90 days? Let me just put Elise in there. It'll tell me. Okay, it's before the 90 days. It's 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. So many freaking spinoffs. I can't keep up. But anyway, so Survivor season 50 is going on right now, you guys. And I watched that. It's been kind of crazy with Survivor season 50 because it's called In the Hands of the Fans. So they have like all this like extracurricular stuff going on and all these things, like these little twists and things. Like they had one night, they normally will eliminate or vote off one person every episode. But like a couple of weeks ago, they ended up voting out 3 people. So that was kind of wild. Oh, yeah. What's that? Okay. I have to go to the cast list. Okay. Now I'm talking about 90 Day Fiance here. Oh, they're up to pick 7. Nice. Thanks, Ryan. Thank you for keeping me posted. All right. They're not telling me. I need the cast right now. Okay, here we go. There's so many freaking spinoffs. They keep giving me previous seasons. All right, where is it? Oh, yeah, these 2. All right, let me stop sharing this. I'm going to share the other screen. Hold on. I'm going to replace it with something else, I think. Maybe. No. Am I frozen again? Okay, I hope not. Oh, yeah, Rick and Trisha. That's right. That's who I was trying to think of. Who's picking right now? Who's at number 7? My computer is working overtime. I better shut that out. Sorry, ADHD is kicking in. You're multitasking. Right, it's all good. No problem. I should be the one that knows these things, okay? I should be the one. Now, talk about ADHD. I don't even have it, and I'm switching from the Timberwolves and Nuggets to the 90 Day Fiance cast. Okay. Let me unzoom. Okay, these are the ones that I couldn't think of now. All right, so we got Rick and Trisha. All right, yeah, there's a little bit of an age gap there. I mean, they're all really good looking and pretty or whatever. But like Rick and Trisha, doesn't Rick have like 5 kids or 4 kids or something like that? Hi, T. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Okay, so Rick and Trisha, there's a little bit of an age gap there. And I think they broke up. Trisha, a fiery midwife. Oh, she's from Madagascar. That's right. Okay, and then we got these 2. All right. Oh, okay. The Commanders are picking. And I still like to call them the football team. Okay. They should have just stuck with that name. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. I'm pretty sure the Bears picked number 8. One of my coworkers is a Bears fan. So me and her were just like chit-chatting about the draft earlier today. Aviva and Stig. Okay. This is not going to work written all over it. Okay. Like it's just, sometimes it's hard to watch because it's like, it's just like forced. It seems like their intimacy, what they were showing of them like kissing and spending time together, it was a little bit cringe and a little bit hard to watch. It's like, all right. She's, I mean, not too big of an age gap there really at all. She's 26, he's 30. Oh man. Okay, then we got these 2. So we got Lisa, 51 from Pennsylvania. And then, yeah, she was dating Daniel, 39 from Nigeria. And that also had like red flag written all over it because she was not truthful with Daniel. She's been married like multiple times. She's still married and she didn't tell him. And then she goes to Nigeria and it's like a big thing for Daniel that, you know, that she had been with a woman and she was currently then married to a woman. She did end up telling him, but it's just like the red flags. They were all over the place. And then she wears a wig, which is totally fine. And then she took off her wig and he was just like, you need to like put that wig back on. Rude. Okay. Rude. So I think it's probably best that they go their separate ways. Okay, here's Elise. And oh yeah, Josh. That's right. There's a stigma over him. Yeah, right? Exactly. I don't know. It seems like, yeah, those two, Aviva and Stig, it's just it was like forced, right? It seemed like she was into him, but that he was kind of there for like the show. That was just kind of like the impression that I got. But again, like editing, TV, all that stuff. So here's Elise and Josh. That's right. Okay. She's 32 from Florida. He's 39 from Australia. And I mean, yeah, again, the red flags, they were there. Like she's just looking, and they're both hotties, right? Like she's beautiful, he's a hottie, he's really nice teeth. But I mean, the dude doesn't have his finances figured out, okay? He was like kind of like getting money from a friend that's a woman, also kind of like living with her, but then also like living with one of his buddies. Like what's really going on there? Okay? What's going on there? We don't know. You talk about terrifying couple to watch kiss? Ew. Liz and Daniel? Is that who you mean is ew? I don't like watching anybody kiss, honestly. Oh, Lisa and Daniel? Yeah. That, I mean, he kind of seemed that he was kind of like into her and she was like into him a little bit, but yeah. I don't like watching PDA for anybody. Like, with all due respect, like, no. No, thank you. Okay? No, I'll pass. And like when I used to barista, I baristaed for many years. People would like come up to the counter to order and they'd be like smooching at the register. It's like, do you guys have to do that right here? Like, can you just go wait until you're like off to the side? Like, I get it. You guys like each other. Okay, good for you. I don't need you making out in front of me. Okay, I don't need you making out in front of me. Thank you. Okay. Oh yeah, Forrest and Sheena. Okay, Forrest and Sheena. Yeah, they're cute. I want them to work out. Yeah. They're my favorite couple on here. All right. Yeah, a little bit of an age gap there. She's a little bit older, but that's okay. But yeah, they're cute. All right. Oh yeah. So Emma and Zied. Okay, they didn't work out. I mean, talk about red flags again. Okay. She kind of seemed like she wanted to go to like Morocco to see him, but then also see her ex that was there too. And I mean, she's cute, he's cute. Like, it just seemed very forced. Like, yeah. Seems like she just really, really wants to find her person and like be in a relationship, which is totally fine. And then he was just kind of there. And I feel like, wasn't he like talking to multiple other women too? So she was like going on. And then they went like camping or whatever. Okay. They went camping, glamping, whatever the hell. And then he just like ditched her. He just like left her. Okay? It's like he's from Morocco. She's from California. And he just like up and left her basically in like the middle of the desert or the middle of the glamping trip. Like, what? What are you doing? I would have been like, no, we're done completely and dusted. All right, then we got these two. All right. I don't know what's going on with these two. I don't know the latest with these two. Laura and Birkin. Okay. She's from Washington. He's from Turkey. There is a little bit of an age gap there. All right. 21 years. That's, not a big thing. You were waiting for the uncle to go to the Temple of Doom on her, or Donison, what is that for context? He's a vampire wrestler who curses people. Okay. I had to turn it off when they went. They had the goat and I knew what they were doing and I couldn't watch it. Like, I couldn't watch it. I'm like, I can't. I can't. And, well, whatever. So, yeah. I don't know. A lot of these people, what was it? What is it like one couple pretty much out of all of these couples that will maybe probably work out? Oh yeah, those two. So Laura and Birkin, Laura wasn't truthful with him either. And then she had like her best guy friend fly over to Turkey and then she didn't tell him either. So that was a little sus. Okay. It's like, you guys, you got to be truthful here. And then there was like some competition going on. What was her friend's name? Michael or something that went over there too. She's like, well, yeah, I think he, is still talking to him, do. And actually, he's flying over here. And then Birkin was like, what? He's coming here? Like, he's coming to Turkey? So then that was like a whole awkward situation going on right there too. All right. Oh, yes. And then we got Jovan and Annalyn. Okay. And they got married. Okay, these two, they got married over the internet, you guys. Like, what? I didn't even know that was possible. I mean, anything's possible, I guess. But they got married over the internet. Okay? And they were like dating. They got married over the internet. They had been like dating long distance for I think like 4 years or something. But then they got married without even meeting each other in person. What? So I think they're still together. And it leads me to believe, like, from the little like snippet that we got from the reunion or like the tell-all, I feel like she's pregnant or something. I feel like one of them is pregnant. I'm not really sure, obviously, who, but anyway. Ryan, you've had a busy off season. We have taken a few trips and you saw your nephew. Nice. My dad is preparing eventually to put the house up in Staples on the market. Okay, that's a big endeavor, putting a house up for sale. Yeah, hopefully all goes well there. But that's nice to get some trips in. See your nephew. That's awesome. And it's almost summertime here, Minnesota, so we can start enjoying the outside as opposed to being stuck inside because it's freaking cold out all the time. So, yeah, that'll be good. We like that. Did we make it through? Okay, you guys, we made it through the entire cast of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. And, it gets really good when the tell-alls start. Okay, you could pretty much just, like, pop in at the tell-all. And then you could, like, learn everything that there is to know. All right. I mean, we could keep talking about all these other reality TV shows, too. Like, there's a whole Summer House, like, kerfuffle going on right now. There's, like, Below Deck. There's Survivor. Anyway, but let's get back to the chart. I could do, like, a reality, I don't say, like, reality roundup or, like, a television talk. I could do a TV tube talk, like, once a week or something. I could do that on, like, Tuesdays or Thursdays or something. That may be kind of fun. I'm also watching, I'm going back and watching The Traitors. I'm watching the Celebrity Traitors, the UK edition. And it's like their celebrity version, but I don't know any of the celebrities on there, but it's pretty good. So I'm watching The Traitors right now too. Ryan, you're not looking forward to moving a 55 years of stuff out of the house shit, right? You're going to have a garage sale. Or lots of packing, obviously, or lots of trips to Goodwill and do the donation thing. But yeah, I hear you there. I mean, moving sucks in any capacity. So, but I hope for you guys that it can go as smooth as possible. All right. So, all righty. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing really quick. We got all the 90-day people accounted for. Okay. All right. And yeah, half of these people I like forget about them. But yeah, Sheena and Forrest, they're my favorite couple. I hope they work out. I hope that Forrest can go back and move to the Philippines and that him and Sheena can be together. Because I think they're legit and I think they're really cute. All right. So, all right, we're back. And let me play this. Okay, here we go. Let me get the chart back up. And two, especially with the Leo moon tonight, you guys, we're talking about all sorts of celebrities and whatnot, okay? Which is very fitting for the Leo moon. So we're just following along with what's naturally happening. Alrighty. And you know what? It's cool that we can bounce around. We don't have to like stay completely on track here. We can do what we want. Do what I want. All right. Okay. Before I get into the chart too, can I just tell you guys that I am officially like one of those people, like the get off of my lawn people, because these freaking neighborhood kids, you guys. The connection's lost. I hope it's back. Okay, am I back? Okay. The neighborhood kids, you guys. Knock on wood. Okay. They've been pretty good the last few days, but it's literally snowed here like a week ago. I'm literally the get off of my lawn person. I've had to tell the neighborhood kids multiple times to literally stay out of my yard. Okay. It's like, you guys, I know you're kids, you're doing whatever you want, but like parents, teach your kids some boundaries. They can't just like go wherever they want. They're literally riding their little like motorized, like, those little like Jeeps, you know, that go like 2 miles an hour. And then they're also riding their scooters, the scooter kids with like the electric scooters, you know, which are very fun. I've been on them. They're very fun. They're literally riding through my backyard and my front yard and on my driveway. Like, what? No, literally, stay off of my lawn. Get off of my lawn. But I'm one of those people now, you guys, because I literally had to tell the kids to get off my lawn. And then I had to tell them multiple times. And then it kept happening. So I had to go talk to the parents finally, too. And the thing is like, the parents are outside watching them. So why don't you just like tell them, you know? Because you can't really argue with kids, because kids are kids, right? They're going to just do whatever. But it's like, parents, why? I don't want to be having this conversation with you. Like, you clearly see that your kid is going up not your driveway. And it's not just me either. It's the neighborhood. So it's like, I wonder what everybody else thinks. But I literally have had to tell the kids to get off my lawn. And the one kid, he's like, I'm in your yard. And I'm like, yeah, please. Can you stay out of my yard? Thanks. And I'm not like mean about it, because there's no point in like, you know, yelling at the kids or whatever. And even when I talk to the parents, I'm like, I really hope that I don't have to have this conversation again. So get off my lawn. Literally. The AI summary on TikTok, you guys, right now, it says analyzing the success rates of couples on 90 Day Fiancé. Share your predictions. That's hilarious to me. Okay. But I mean, that's kind of true. We were talking about 90 Day Fiancé. Ryan, is there anybody you want the Vikings to take? Shit, Ryan, I don't even know who's available. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I am terrible when it comes to the draft because I don't pay attention to college sports. I'm terrible. So, but in regards to like positions, I guess, quarterback. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Why not though? Add another quarterback to the mix. I mean, safety wouldn't be a bad idea, or cornerback, right? Not quarterback, a cornerback. That necessarily wouldn't be a bad idea. Who do you want them to grab? But I mean, the safety would be fine. But I still have a sneaking suspicion that Harrison Smith is coming back for the Vikings this year. But I mean, I think like this year would probably be the actual swan song for Harrison Smith. But I could see them like grabbing a safety, snagging a safety, and then Harrison Smith coming back and playing, but having more of like a mentor kind of like veteran role on the team. And he's always kind of been like that too. I could see him like moving into coaching a little bit too. But yeah, nobody like in particular, but you know, we'll see. I'm always just like surprised. Like I didn't even know until today, like what number that they were picking at. Who did the Bears pick? I'm assuming they got to pick 8 because we were at pick 7 like a couple minutes ago. All right, back to the chart. Even though it is fun to talk about 90 Day Fiancé and Survivor and all those other shows. And the drama on Below Deck, you guys, too. There's drama everywhere. All right, so let me talk about the Timberwolves first. Let's do the Timberwolves first. We already talked about the moon. The moon is squaring the sun, so that's tension. So, I mean, I just feel like for the Timberwolves and Nuggets, that kind of tension, the underlining and outward animosity that these two teams have for each other is just going to continue tonight. And especially, again, like to Ryan's point with Jaden McDaniels kind of like talking smack a little bit about how Denver can't guard and all that sort of stuff, the pushing, the shoving, the smack talking that we've already seen in games 1 and 2. I think that's just going to carry on tonight. And again, especially with the moon squaring the sun and the moon opposing Pluto. So it's kind of like all of these like unearthed emotions too might be popping off. Hi, Mars. Hey, it's fun to see you over here too. Thanks for joining over here. Appreciate that. All right. Ryan says, I want them to either get a safety or the best player available, right? Exactly. Just take the best player available. We're fine with that. Thank you. Yeah, we're good either way. All right, so let's see. Timberwolves, on to them. So the Timberwolves are interesting ruler for them tonight. So they're going to be ruled by Venus. And Venus is in the sign of Taurus, you guys. And Venus is right at home in the sign of Taurus. Venus, the ruler of the Timberwolves tonight, is at 29 degrees. And Venus is right next to Uranus, the planet of upheaval and surprises and disruption. Uranus is also at 29 degrees. And I've talked about this before, the 29th degree in astrology. That's the last degree until those planets move into the next sign. So again, it's kind of like you've been doing all of your work, you've been like studying, and now is like the final exam before you move forward and move on. Silent. I love what you were doing, Fred. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for saying that. Thanks for stopping by and sending the comment. I appreciate that. Yeah. Doing some sports astrology for tonight. Appreciate you saying that. Thank you. So for the Timberwolves, oh, what is that? Oh my gosh, what was that? Manifesting? I love that. Thanks, Mars. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mars, you get a howl for that. Okay. Manifesting, that's so fun. They have some fun like little gifts on here, whatever. They seem to have everything, but I appreciate that. Thank you. The manifesting. I need an orb, a globe. Actually, you know what I have right here? I have amethyst, so I could just send some of that in. That's kind of like that. We're manifesting with the amethyst. Okay. Isn't this pretty too, you guys? Yeah. A piece of amethyst. So you guys can all get that energy. There's a little piece that's like missing right here, but it's so pretty with the purple. All right. I love it. Okay. So that's the crystal that I have right here. Anyway, thanks, Mars. Appreciate that. And again, you get the howl for that. Okay. All right. So Timberwolves, I like that they're ruled by Venus. Oh, thanks, Silent. You too. You have a wonderful night. Thanks again for stopping by. You're welcome anytime. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the follow too. Appreciate that. That's very, very kind. Woo Wong Fu, Skull. Hey, thanks for stopping through. Nice to see you. I like your picture there. What is that? Oh my God. That's oh my God. I just had that guy's name. Who is your profile picture? I want you to tell me, but I don't want you to tell me because Ernest Borgnine? Is that who that is? Is that Ernest Borgnine? Is that who your profile picture is? Oh my gosh. If it is, that's amazing. All right. But yeah, Skull. So we got a little bit to wait for the Vikings to pick. All right. It's 8 o'clock, you guys. We still got plenty of time before tip off here. All right. So the Wolves being ruled by the lesser benefic planet Venus. For those of you on TikTok, it's kind of hard to see, but she's right over here. So for the Timberwolves, I like that they're ruled by Venus. Venus is in Taurus. Venus rules Taurus. And Venus is also, again, the lesser benefic planet. So she normally brings like positivity and good things and like beauty to a situation. But the one thing is like with Venus being at the 29th degree, that can be kind of considered like a dangerous, I don't want to say like dangerous degree, but it's an anaretic degree. So again, it's like this final test, okay, before the next chapter, before moving into this next sign. So it's kind of like a lot of pressure in the situation. And with the Timberwolves being ruled by Venus and Venus right next to Uranus, there's something like surprising, something that's going to be unpredicted, okay, with the Timberwolves themselves tonight. That's kind of how I read that going down. And not only are those two planets both at 29 degrees, it's really hard to see on TikTok, but thanks for liking, you guys. I appreciate that. They're both at 29 degrees, but Venus is at 29 degrees and 52 minutes, and Uranus is at 29 degrees and 53 minutes. So that's pretty much almost as exact as it can get, minus a minute, okay? Let's see. Silent, has there been any evidence of living creations on those planets? Uranus, I'm not sure exactly. Venus is so hot that I'm not sure about that actually. I don't know much about like astronomy. I know more of like the astrology side of the planets, but I'm not sure. Mars in the chat might know that though, possibly. But I don't think on Uranus, but it wouldn't surprise me in all honesty, like at all, if there was some sort of like living beings on either of those planets. But I know Venus is super, 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 super hot. I'm pretty sure it's either really hot or really cold, but I think it's relatively hot, isn't it? Now I'm questioning myself. Let me look that up. I think it's really, really warm on Venus, isn't it? Like the surface of Venus, I think, is really hot. It is Ernest Borgnine. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. I'm glad that I got that right. Is the surface of Venus hot? I think it is. Yes, the surface of Venus is incredibly hot. Okay. Yes, it is incredibly hot. All right. Amethyst is your birthstone. Is that the birthstone for Aquarius? That's amazing. Nice. I love it. Oh, absolutely. Silent. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. I believe that they are real. I believe a lot of people that we think are people are actually aliens. So yes, I do definitely. Do you? Yeah. I have the tinfoil hat on all the time. All the time. Okay. Yeah, that's funny. I'm down to have an alien friend, right? Like, that's cool. If we can get along or whatever. I myself feel like a freaking alien half the time, so funny. Yeah, I like to keep it jovial, keep it funny over here, but yeah, I definitely believe in aliens, for sure. Yeah, and I believe in a lot of like hybrid beings too. And one of my family members works kind of like higher up with like, I don't want to, you've been called an angel a few times. That's amazing. I love that. You're very angelic. Yeah. You're super supportive and super nice. So I could see that. Maybe Mars, are you actually an angel? Like a real life angel? And you're just watching over all of us? That's amazing. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah. What I know of your personality, Mars, I could definitely see that. Yeah. That's awesome. And a lot of people have had moments too where like they are in like dire situations or whatever, and then like all of a sudden like somebody comes out of the blue to like help them or to guide them or aid them in some way, and then that person is just all of a sudden gone, right? So but yeah, I totally believe in all the cryptids and all that sort of stuff. 100%. Yeah. And like, oh, back to my cousin too. Well, yeah, my family member that's working like higher up with like aliens and like UFOs and stuff like that. What was I getting at with that? Man, I lost my train of thought with that. With what I was going to say. Oh, what I was going to say is he's spoken at like conferences and stuff like that. And like he has run into people that look like people, but like they're just too like beautiful and like too like striking. Like there's something like otherworldly about them. Like I remember him specifically talking about this like woman that he met at one of these like UFO conferences that he was speaking at. And like she just had this like otherworldly beauty, and it was like she was wise and like older, but like didn't look that way. She just had this like different look about her. And like him and his wife are like convinced that she was an alien. That she very well could be. And I totally believe it. So anyway, but yeah, I believe in like all the cryptids, like Bigfoot, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Silent. Someone told me they have encountered with an alien before the ship on her house and they took her. Well, I hope she's okay. Yeah, like and treated her. Oh yeah, like she was abducted, but then like they helped her. Yeah, I've heard about stories like that. I've heard about that. That's wild. Yeah. And you hear about, or I've heard a lot. That's so amazing. That's really cool. I've heard stories about that too, of people, being abducted or like being taken, but they've been like helped or like fixed in a way where they had like an ailment. And then when they were returned, like they were completely healed, So, and I feel like a lot of people are like taken or have like communication or whatever, but we just can't remember it. Right. So yeah, that's super cool. I love stories like that. Yeah. I have definitely seen things in the sky before and I shared on like the small snippet of the video that I had that I saw of like to me, it was like a full-on flying saucer and I was busy staring at it. So by the time I got my phone out, I only got like a couple seconds of it, but I shared it on my YouTube stream, like maybe last year or the year before. But I've seen so many things in the sky, like myself personally, that I'm like, that's not a satellite. That is not a plane. Like when I was out in Colorado, I saw, it was totally a flying saucer. It was in the middle of the day. I was dog sitting. I was outside and I just look up and it like zoomed through the clouds. Okay. And I've also heard that at a lot of like UFOs or like beings or whatever will often show themselves around like army bases and stuff like that, or like Navy bases, things like that. So that can be like heightened activity there. Yeah, there's quite a few of us out here. Silent. I've met 2 who saved my life from certain death. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. And we all have, or at least I'm of the belief that we all have like our spirit team, like our guardian angels and like our people that like look out for us and help us. But then I've also heard, that you have to like ask them for help, right? Like they can't like intervene unless you specifically ask. But yeah, super cool. I love all that stuff. And 2, I am planning on making a TikTok and sharing like I have so many stories, you guys. I could go on and on about like paranormal stuff. Yeah, Mars, that is amazing. Yeah, Silent, you said that to Mars. That is amazing. I love that. But I really want to make a video and post it on like TikTok, and I can also post it on like YouTube and stuff of one of the best ghost photos that I have. I have a bunch of photos with like orbs and stuff in it, but this is like a full body apparition. And there's like a whole story that goes along with it, and I can talk about it and look at the picture now. But I'm planning on doing that too. So one appeared to me and gave me a word of advice to know when I'm being used. That is a very good advice. I love that. Yeah. Have discernment too. Exactly. Yeah. And animals talk to us too all the time. Like we're all telepathic. We just kind of like, we weren't like taught that. So, but we all have the telepathy abilities. Okay. But yeah, I love conversations like this, but I am planning on making that video with that ghost picture because it's just like, yeah. And there's like a whole story that goes along with it. So maybe if like people like seeing the picture, I can make another one explaining too. But yeah. And that was, and that happened to me. I got that photo and there's a whole like story with like how I was feeling and just like the energy of the room at the time. But that was in Aigues-Mortes, France, and which literally translates to old death. So go figure. And the moon was in Scorpio when that photo was taken too, which is very kind of like spooky in itself too. And I had experience paranormal experience when I went to the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park in Colorado. So that's good. Thank you all for sharing. Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, definitely silent. Do you also believe in time travel, like existing in the past and future? Absolutely. Yeah. I think I don't think like what we perceive as time, I don't really think that that's a thing. Like we're everywhere all at once, all the time. Like past, present, future is all happening at the same time. And like I'm a firm believer that there's multiple like versions of us, like on different like timelines, so to speak. So if like you think of your life, you want it a certain way, it's probably because like in a different or slightly different timeline, you are living that way, if that makes sense. But yeah, do you believe that? Yeah, I definitely think time travel is real. Absolutely. Yes. Hmm. And I think there's probably a lot of folks out there that have time travel, that know how to time travel, and have been doing it for a very, very long time. But yeah, I believe in all that sort of stuff. And like teleportation. I also believe like a lot of the stuff, the majority of the things that we see in like TV and movies is just like a little appetizer. Like it's already all happening, right? Like and they just like show us that it's happening. So yeah. I believe all that stuff. Yeah, for sure. Good questions. I love them. Love these sorts of conversations. And speaking of the sign of Aquarius, I have I have to do the puzzle piece on here. Hold on, you guys. So I tell them I'm not a bot. I have to drag the puzzle piece. Yes, I do know about CERN. And I know a little bit about like Project Bluebeam. Yeah, but CERN, yes, definitely. Like what are they doing over there? Okay. What are they opening? What kind of doors are they opening? What kind of portals are they opening over there? But yeah, do you know anything? Again, I know I know more about CERN than about like Project Bluebeam, but yeah, like what do you know about that? I don't know too much about like Project Bluebeam, but I know of it. But yeah, CERN, I feel like they're doing a lot of stuff over there at CERN. Yeah. It's like, okay, you guys, what's going on over there? What are you doing? Okay. But I'm totally into like the alien, the UFO talk, the cryptid talk, UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, paranormal, all that sort of stuff. And I just like that stuff in general. But speaking of Aquarius, like I have an Aquarius moon. So my moon, how I am emotionally and like my inner self, like, and Aquarius is associated with like the esoteric and being kind of like weird and quirky a little bit, not kind of like following the path of everyone else. And I've read before too that like Aquarians are like the aliens of the zodiac too. So, but we all have every single zodiac sign within us. But I have personal placements in the sign of Aquarius. So I can definitely get down on like the alien talk. Do you think it's really working about the portals? Like people using portals? Yeah. Yes, I do think that. Yeah. And I don't think like whoever they are, I don't think they're going to tell us, right? And like from what I've learned about like Bigfoot and things like that and like people that research Bigfoot, like um I I think Bigfoot are interdimensional. So I think Bigfoot go through portals, you know, a lot, a lot. But yeah, definitely. I think the portals are real, the time travel is real. Yeah, definitely. Like whatever you can think of and imagine and like especially like Star Trek for example how they like teleported and like in Star Wars like all of those like Chewbacca's and all those like beings like hanging out at a bar like together like eventually I believe that's what it's going to be like because all of these beings are real you know and never return back. That is a little scary, right? Yeah, I think that anything's possible with that for sure. And I have heard, like, if you see a stair, like a set of stairs in the forest, for example, do not go on them because that's like a portal and you might never come back. But yeah. And like there's stories too that are like super old. I can't remember but they're the exact details, but there's a story about two women. I think they were living in like the late 1800s or early 1900s or something, but they were at Versailles and they were just like walking around, and all of a sudden they were just surrounded by people that looked like they lived in the 1700s, like when Versailles was first being built, right? And then it was like they just like turned a corner or like walked through like a portal or something like that. And I mean, they came back or whatever, but like that's one that like sticks out in my mind. That means you believe that there are some giants still around us here on Earth. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And like dragons and stuff like that. And especially if you look at like mountains that look like animals, like, yeah. But they don't show themselves because they travel through portals. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was also listening and like reading about how we all have like our own dragons, for example. And that's another thing you can kind of like think about, like meditate on, and like see the color of your dragon and like communicate with your own personal dragon. Yeah. So, yeah, I love that sort of conversation, but I believe in all that stuff for sure. Yeah. And I've just had like so many personal experiences with like paranormal and like otherworldly stuff that I have to believe it. I have to. I can't not. Um, think I like your vibes because it matches my nice. Yeah, birds of a feather. Very good. Yeah. It's fun conversation. I love talking about stuff like this. So I'm glad that you came in and you sparked the chat in that direction. That's cool. Yeah, I could talk about that stuff like all the time. Again, I always have like my tinfoil hat on, right? But yeah, good vibes in here. And I know Mars, is like that too. So yeah, you believe in paranormal things too. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, I've just had like at Estes Park, a paranormal experience, like paranormal experiences like by myself. When I was in France, when I got that apparition on camera. Um, yeah, and that one was like the most wild one. And literally that happened in the town of Aigues-Mortes, France, which translates to Old Death. So, yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to finish up my prediction here. We've been going for a little bit over an hour. So, back to the Timberwolves. Again, they're ruled by Venus and Uranus, or not and Uranus. They're ruled by Venus. I like that for the Timberwolves. It is Venus at 29 degrees is at this very, very critical degree. So, I mean, even though this is game number 3 in the series, best of 7, whoever wins tonight could definitely like kind of really move the needle and like move the energy in that team's direction. So it's kind of like the Timberwolves too, being ruled by Venus at 29 degrees. It's kind of like, I don't want to say like this make or break point because it's not, but it's a very important game. Like you're back at home, you tied the series up, you have the opportunity to go up in this series, and let's make the most of it. So have you done the work, right? Have you done the work to pass the test? I'm kind of a spiritual being that gets to know things before they even happen. That's amazing. You have that like clairvoyance. Yeah, or like that psychic ability. That's cool. Yeah, I love that. I think we all have those abilities too. I think certain senses are more heightened for depending on who you are or whatever, but that's amazing. That's cool. Yeah. You have like the vision or like do you get like a vision? Do you like hear it or do you just know? Yeah, Mars, you have that too. That's super cool. Yeah, I love that. I have definitely had I've had dreams that have come true. Like prophetic, I don't want to say like prophetic dreams, but I've dreamt about things that have then turned out to be true or happened. Before anything is going to happen, I always know, and then I watch out and it's never happened. That's awesome. I love that. That's so cool. Yeah. Protected too. And it's just like your inner knowing, because we're all just like energy, right? So that's super cool. I love that. Very good. Yeah. that protective energy too. And just like the knowing, right? And good on you for like trusting that, right? Like trusting your intuition and like going with that. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. Um, Staying out of harm's way. The times where like I get something, like I get like a feeling or like a knowing in like it usually happens very quickly. Like I'll get it and then like a minute later the thing will happen. That's how it comes for me is like in real life, but I've had dreams where I've dreamt about stuff that has then transpired. Before anything, oh yeah, we got that. Before anything bad is about to happen, my body always gives me signs with spider webs. That's really cool. Spiders are very, very spiritual too. In real life, that's awesome. Yeah, I let the spiders be. Yeah, I definitely think that spiders are like watching over, right? So that's what I believe. Yeah, that's super cool. I love that. Very cool. And everybody has their own way of like getting the messages, right? And spider webs, if you think about it too, it's like it's catching that like energy, right? Kind of like a dream catcher, so to speak. So that's super cool. All right. Timberwolves, let's carry on with them now. So the moon, which is the co-ruler of every single chart, again, she's in Leo tonight. The moon isn't doing anything with Venus, i.e. the Timberwolves. So I like that the Timberwolves are ruled by Venus. I like that Venus is domiciled. It's in the sign that it rules. And then I also like that Venus is in the first house. For those of you on TikTok, way over here, it's kind of hard to see. In the Timberwolves' first house of themselves as a team. So it's like if the Timberwolves can live up to the expectation where it's like this is their first home game of the series, they have the opportunity to be like the favored ones, to put themselves in this like higher position and to be like the what's the word I'm trying to look for? To be like not like the all-stars, but to be like the pretty ones, the popular one. Like they definitely, it's like all right there on the table for the Timberwolves tonight, for sure. And lots of times I do be in a place that something dangerous happens before it's happened. But you already got the sign. And the moment I go away from that, their people will tell me about something. Wow. You get like a jolt then when that happens, like, whoa, right? Or like, does your heart skip a beat a little bit when you hear about stuff like that? But that's really cool. You definitely stick to your intuition and listen to your intuition. That's awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. I'm glad too that like you've gotten to that point where you have that discernment where you can just like trust yourself and like go with it and, you know, get yourself out of sticky situations and not be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So love that. How the Timberwolves play their game tonight, people. That is going to be ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury is our communication planet. Mercury is one of those planets that's over in Aries right now. All right. So Aries is a very spicy sign. It can be a very intense sign. All right. It can be like we're going all in. And for the Timberwolves with Mercury, how they play their game tonight, being in the sign of Aries, which again is high intensity, it can be kind of aggressive. And Mercury is right next to the planet Mars. Mars is like the warrior planet, the planet of war, right? Too. And it can be anger. I have to kind of watch myself because I don't want to get another violation on TikTok. Because last time I was talking about Mars, I get yelled at. So I don't want to get another violation over here. But it can be very intense. It can be a little mean. So if the Timberwolves can use that to their advantage, kind of like Ryan was talking about earlier with like Jane McDaniels kind of talking a little bit of talk, right? Like, oh, the Denver Nuggets can't guard. If they can the Timberwolves can use that to their advantage, that would be good. But I could also see how that could kind of bite them in the butt a little bit with like their game tonight with Mercury, the planet that rules the Timberwolves game being right next to Mars. And Mars is, while Mars does really, really good when it comes to sports and high intensity things and athletics, Mars is also the lesser malefic planet. So Mars can be difficult and challenging to deal with. Okay. It can be a meanie. Okay. Mars, he can be a little bit of a meanie. Not Mars in the chat, but the planet Mars. Yes, I believe the signs now because it has helped me since I was a little younger. Cool. And I hope that it stays with you your entire life, but I bet it will. And I wonder, yeah, do you know your astrology? Do you know the majority of your signs? Do you know like your moon sign or like your Mercury sign or like what your astrology chart says? I wonder if you have like a lot of water predominant in your chart, because water is like Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, just like naturally really, really intuitive. So I wonder if you have any of that or any like 12th house placements, because the 12th house is like what's hidden, like behind the scenes, like what we can't see. So, and then for the Timberwolves, back to them. So yeah, if they can, it's kind of like the Timberwolves. If you can put up and get the Nuggets to shut up, like that'll be the ticket tonight. Like if you can live up to like kind of the smack talk that you were doing off of the court and, you know, solidify yourself and show like kind of the wolf, you know, the Timberwolf, like the fangs, and keep the claws out. That will definitely lead the Timberwolves, in my opinion, to victory tonight if they can harness that energy in a good way. And then can you help me? Can you tell me about my zodiac? I would have to look at your entire birth chart. Like kind of, I mean, it's not like this, but I would have to look at your personal birth chart. I don't really understand what the zodiac signs are. I'm actually like working on like a course for that, like a simple course, but I would have to look at your entire like birth chart to really give you like a personal like reading or like description that's personal to you. I could give you like a very vague description of the zodiac signs, but it's going to be so different depending on, you know, what house a certain sign rules for you, or, you know, how the planets are communicating with one another, or how they were like when you were born. Like all of the planets were somewhere in the sky communicating with each other in a certain way when you were born. And that's why nobody has the exact same birth chart. So really need to get like a look at like your own personal circle birth chart to really get an accurate description of who you are. Like even twins and triplets, like they don't have the same birth chart. So, but yeah, it can get kind of confusing, right? But basically there's 12 zodiac signs, 12 months of the year, and there's 12 houses in astrology. Like each one of these like pieces is a house. So all the houses in astrology rule something different, and depending on what zodiac sign rules a certain house is kind of going to be like reflective of how that sign or how that house operates in your chart. So, and the one house out of all 12 houses, okay, in the birth chart that literally rules us, like our physical body, that's going to be house number 1. Okay. Or what's also known as the rising or the ascendant. So if you know the time that you were born, you could go to any search engine that you wanted to look at, and you could do a free birth chart calculator, and you could put your information in there, and then it would give you your astrology chart. Born on March 22nd, 1998. Do you think my date of birth could help tell me my zodiac sign? Yes. Your sun sign. So we all have every zodiac sign within us. It's just what house does it rule for you? But your sun sign is March 22nd. I think it's Aries, right? Yeah, Aries. So yeah, I think your sun sign, yeah, it's Aries. You're on the cusp though, I think, even though it's just like one sign or the other. But I could look up a couple things really quick, actually. And then I'm going to get back to my chart. Oh, you know what? I have a book. Hold on. Like the 21st and the 22nd in the month is when the signs switch, but that's Aries. depending on the time that you were born. So I'll look it up really quick, and then you can look this stuff up if you want. So I got my book. Okay. Thanks, Mars. You have to get up at 4. Oh, dang, that's early. So you have to crash out. It was good seeing you too. It's always good seeing you, Mars. Thanks for being here, and thank you for the manifesting. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. March 22nd, 1998. Yes, your sun sign is Aries. So you have all these planets in Aries right now. So and the sun is who you are at your core, your vitality. So silent, your sun sign is Aries. Okay. Your moon sign, your moon sign is Capricorn. So you have a Capricorn moon, right? So you might be very serious with your feelings, okay? Capricorn can be kind of rigid, a little bit more cold, and it can be very, very serious, and it's very stoic energy too. So it's kind of like this old soul energy. So your emotions, your moon is in Capricorn. All right. And then you have a Venus, so how you show love, how you receive love, your aesthetic. Your Venus is in Aquarius, all right? I have a Venus Aquarius too, so I know how that goes. So that could be kind of too why we're getting along talking about like the alien stuff, right? Like Venus is kind of like what we like. So you have Venus in Aquarius, and then your Mars, you have a domicile Mars, which means that Mars for you, when you were born, Mars is in Aries. And Mars rules the sign of Aries. So you have a domiciled Mars. So your energy and your ambition and your drive could be kind of intense. But yeah, you have an Aquarius Venus and a Capricorn moon. So there's some Saturn involved there too. It's kind of like otherworldly energy. But that's what I can look up. I don't know what your rising sign is based on the book that I have, but you can go look that stuff up. And again, if you know the time that you were born, you can go find your entire birth chart. All right. But yeah, that's very cool. We have the same Venus sign. So again, the alien chatter. We're vibing on the alien talk there. So that's cool. And you have a Capricorn moon too. And two, probably why we're like getting along in the chat is because your moon sign is Capricorn and my sun sign is Capricorn. So just like, vibing on a friend level. You can get that. Thank you very much. You are a sweetheart. You're very welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. Yeah. I like to look that stuff up. And if I can look it up really quickly, I can. Yeah. But I got the book. So I can look that up. So very cool. And you know what? You were born on a Sunday. And the moon was a waning crescent phase too. So it was building in light. The moon in Capricorn is what's called in its fall. So Capricorn moon can be a little bit of a challenge because the moon doesn't necessarily feel comfortable in the sign of Capricorn. So emotions can feel a little bit more like rigid and cold and maybe not like super open to like being outwardly emotional or sharing your emotions. People do it with money, but you decide to tell me for free. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can tell you some stuff, but yeah, for more like in-depth readings and stuff, I do, it does cost money because it's like time or energy. But yeah, I can tell some stuff for free on here. Yeah, for sure. No problem. And I'm working on a course too, like a astrology course, just like for beginners and stuff like that too. And there's a lot of that stuff already out there too. So I'm working on that too. So it's either going to be like really cheap or it's going to be like free. You also know about the environmental pollution here on Earth and the geographical environments. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All those solar flares going on. Talking about CERN earlier, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, you guys, it's almost like 8:45. Tip-off time is almost happening. All right. So I'm going to finish talking about the Timberwolves because we got distracted talking about other astrology and aliens and stuff, which is totally fine. I'm cool with that. But I'm going to get my Amazon Prime set up. I didn't think I'd be on here this long. Oh my God, too. Have the Vikings picked yet? Are we at pick 18? Oh, man. I got to sign into AMI. No. Oh, crap. Why did I get signed out of everything? Stupid. Okay. I don't remember the password. Shoot. Savro, how you doing? Love you. Thanks. That's sweet. Okay, I have to exit out of the stream here, but I'm going to come back. I hope it stays open. All right. Twitch, YouTube people, thanks for being here. I hope my stream is still going on TikTok. I don't know if it is. I have to look up the Amazon password so I can get into Prime. And let me, oh shit. I swear I thought I knew the password, but I don't. So I gotta look it up. Okay. Oh, I was so close. I think I knew it. Let me sign in. All right. I hope my TikTok stream is still going. Was I paused there, you guys? I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Was I paused or was I still going? I don't know. I think I'm back here on TikTok, though. I had to get my password for Amazon. Okay. The Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks are live right now. Okay. Ooh, Nuggets Timbies. Let's watch. And then I got to finish my prediction here.
And a cinnamon scrub.
I do love a cinnamon scrub.
All right, we're on commercial. Get out of here. We don't want to listen to your commercials. We don't want to. Oh my God, there's 4 hours left in this game. There's no way I'm staying up for this entire game. Okay. All righty. So let's see here. How the Timberwolves showed on a public level, you guys. That's where we left off. That is ruled by Saturn and Uranus tonight for the Wolves. Now, Saturn will slow things down, and the Timberwolves, how they play their game, they're going to have to have the high intensity. They're going to have to like pass the test, okay? And if they can deal with surprises and things not going necessarily how they plan per se, and if they can stick in it all 4 quarters, that, in my opinion, will be the key for them to get the victory tonight. And again, kind of like game number 2, if the Timberwolves can keep their cool, right, and kind of like put up or shut up situation, again, that could be the key to the Timberwolves getting the victory tonight, because Saturn rules how they show it on a public level, and also Uranus co-rules how they show it on a public level, their career, their longevity, and their ruler, Venus, is right next to Uranus. So it's like, it's right here for the Timberwolves, right here on a silver platter for them to go up in this series and to kind of be the darlings of the NFL or the NBA, okay? So it's all right there for the Timberwolves taking, okay? They just have to put in the work. And again, they can't let Denver kind of poke them and prod them for them. They have to keep their wits about them, right? They got to keep the high intensity up, but they can't let Denver get to them, because Denver is going to try to poke and pry. They're going to try to, kind of be sneaky and kind of get away with stuff. Okay. So now let's move over to Denver and talk about them a little bit. So Denver for this evening, they're going to be ruled by Mars. We've been talking a lot about Mars tonight. Okay. I've been talking a lot about Mars. So Mars over here, it's really hard to see on this photo, but Mars is at 11 degrees of Aries. Okay. Mars, again, does really, really well when it comes to sports, because Mars is high intensity. It's our energy. It's our ambition. It's our drive. And for the Denver Nuggets, they're going to be ruled predominantly by Mars tonight. Mars in a sign that it rules. Mars, again, does well when it comes to sports and sporting events. So, right out the jump, I like that for the Denver Nuggets. And the zodiac sign that is ruling the Nuggets is Scorpio. Scorpio is a very, very intense sign. If you think about the scorpion, right? It kind of waits around. Scorpios kind of watch from the corner. They're a little bit more sneaky. They're very precise and they can read a room. And it's like they know what to do and what to say to get a rise out of somebody. So I really feel like the Denver Nuggets are going to try that tonight with the Timberwolves. Like they've already kind of been trying it. So again, Timberwolves, they're at home. Okay. They're looking to go up in this series to kind of prove themselves as these like big dogs, big wolves, right? And if they can kind of keep their cool in a sense and not let Denver get to them, because Denver's going to try. Okay. They're going to try to be sneaky. They're going to try to get the calls and they're going to do all of that stuff because they're ruled by Scorpio. And Scorpio is traditionally ruled by Mars again. And then the co-ruler for the Nuggets is going to be Pluto. And Pluto is what lies underneath, okay? Pluto is about destruction, all right? It will uproot something that's been there for a while. So, again, the Nuggets, they're gonna test the Timberwolves. They're gonna pull out all the stops, okay? They're really gonna try to poke them and prod them. So the Timberwolves got to look out for that. And then another thing for the Nuggets that I really, really like for them is that their fifth house of how they play their game tonight has them in it. Mars is in their fifth house of games and sports and recreation. All right. So it's like the Nuggets are going to be like all in with the intensity, all in with trying to get away with whatever. They're going to try to say something to get under the Timberwolves skin. They have to pull out all the stops tonight, all right? With all this like Mars energy. Okay? And with Mars and Mercury being right next to each other, okay? Mercury is how we communicate. Mars can be snippy. It can be spicy. So again, look out for Denver to be spicy tonight, to talk that smack, maybe doing a little pushing and shoving. Again, trying to get under the Timberwolves skin, okay? They're really going to try to do that tonight. And because the Nuggets, obviously, they don't want to go down, right? They want to go show themselves, like, hey, even though we're playing in Minneapolis, this is familiar territory here. And again, we're gonna take you out. We're gonna put the stinger out because they're ruled by Scorpio, the Scorpion, right? So they're gonna wait for the right move to strike. And Neptune and Jupiter is how the Denver Nuggets are going to play their game tonight. And Jupiter doesn't know any boundaries. So again, I feel like Denver's going to pull out all the stops. Like they're going to pull out everything out of the chest, right? Like Carrot Top with his props, right? Like just pulling everything out. And side note too, I have seen Carrot Top live and he was freaking hilarious. Okay. So like the Denver Nuggets are going to be pulling out all the props from their trunk tonight. Okay. Like that's kind of how I see this energy. Hey, everybody. Thanks very much for stopping on through. I got TikTok going on over here. Hi, guys. And then I have YouTube and Twitch going on over here. So kind of all over the place. Oh, we got Rudy Gobert warming up. All right. Oh, there's Crunch. All right. Crunch is in the middle. He's banging the drum. They're getting the crowd all hyped up. All right. So let's see. There could be for the Denver Nuggets. I wanted to play the howl because Crunch is at half court. Well, he was. Crunch is the Timberwolves mascot, you guys, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Alrighty. And probably one of the best mascots in the NBA because he will also take a sled and slide down the stairs. Okay. But I love the name Crunch, and I love that the Timberwolves have a decent mascot, okay? The Timberwolf. And they're focusing on Chris Finch right now. All this Scorpio talk and all this Mars and Pluto talk. Chris Finch was born during Scorpio season, so he is sun sign is Scorpio. So and if you think about Chris Finch too as a coach, like he can stay really like calm and reserved, or kind of outwardly like have that demeanor. But he's been tossed out of games before. He can get intense, right? He can get, so it's like he waits for like the opportunity to do that. And I also love, myself as a Timberwolves fan, that they're going with the old school Timberwolves logo. They got the trees along the edge of the court, and they got the old black and white uniforms with the little trees around them. So I really like that. But again, when I do the predictions, I have to stay neutral. All right, so it's 8:48. I'm going to move the chart forward by 5 minutes, well, by 8 minutes. And we got Rudy and the Joker going for tip-off. And then for the Denver Nuggets, how they show out on a public level today. All right, their career, their reputation. And Rudy got the tip. Okay, Timberwolves ball. Oh, I have to verify that I'm not a bot. Okay. For the Denver Nuggets, I feel like they could have some trouble tonight because their career, their longevity is ruled by the sun, which is very powerful. Okay, Julius Randle with the miss, Joker with the rebound. They could struggle tonight a little bit. And we could also see just some even extra theatrics with Denver. Like, they're going for the Oscar when they get a foul, right? Like, they barely get hit and like, oh my God, I got to fall to the floor. Like that type of energy. Again, Denver is going to pull out all the stops. Ant goes for the jumper. It goes in and out. It's still 0-0. We're only not quite a minute in. And I think Aaron Gordon is out tonight for the Nuggets. We got Julius Randle on the Joker. Rudy throws an arm up. Good defense by the Timberwolves. Still 0-0, no score. Ant with the ball, going to try to set something up. Gets a screen from Rudy. Dante DiVincenzo. Rudy, back to Dante. Oh, Rudy's at the three-point line. He doesn't know what to do. Julius Randle with a three, and it's in and out. Denver gets a rebound. Jamal Murray, he's going to take it up the court and set something up for Denver. Joker looks like he almost traveled, but his legs are so long. Joker loses the ball. Jaden McDaniels to Dante DiVincenzo. Back to Jaden McDaniels for the dunk. And there is finally a score. And it looks like there might be an and one. All right. So a very early lead for the Timberwolves. It's 2-0. All right. But to get this prediction all wrapped up here in a little bow, okay, and actually make a prediction, because we've been talking about all sorts of stuff, but it's cool. It's fine. That's how we roll over here. So Jaden McDaniels with the slam, and he's at the line, shooting the three free throw. He made it. You got to make your free throws, people. Okay. Timberwolves with an early lead, 3-0. We're about 2 minutes in. Joker going for the three. It's in and out. Julius Randle with the rebound. All right. So, to wrap it up, there's a lot for the Timberwolves tonight. There's a lot that they have to prove, and they really have to, again, keep the intensity high all 4 quarters. Do not let Denver get to you, because, again, Denver is going to pull out all the stops. Like, they don't want to go down in this series, right? Oh, man, a couple of threes going on. There we go. Got the rebound. Putting it in. Timberwolves with an early lead, 5-0. Crowd's into it here, people. And for Denver, what I really like for them is, like, they're all in, okay? And again, they're going to do and say what it takes for things to go their way, all right? But the fact that the Timberwolves are ruled by Venus is in the Timberwolves' first house of themselves as a team. Venus is at 29 degrees, a very critical degree. This is a very, very important game, okay? Obviously for both teams, but again, it's all right there waiting for the Timberwolves to have this like silver platter handed to them, all right? And again, Denver being ruled by Scorpio, they are not going to make this easy. Okay, they're going to strike at the right moment, and they're going to make you pay, and they're going to push and shove, and they're going to say what they want to say too. And again, I think there might be extra theatrics when it comes to the Denver Nuggets tonight. Like, really overemphasizing if they get, touched, or, they're really going to try to draw the fouls and try to get the calls to go their direction. And, but overall, I don't like that the moon is squaring the sun, and the sun rules. The moon, again, is the co-ruler of every single chart, okay? And she rules our emotions and the people. Again, I don't see any celebrities so far, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was some celebrities in the house tonight with the moon in Leo, okay? Again, Leo's a very flashy sign. It's a sign of entertainment. And again, it doesn't surprise me, too, that the NFL draft is tonight with the Leo moon. It's like all these guys have just been waiting for their moment in the spotlight. It's just so fitting. Ant with the jumper. Timberwolves with an early lead. It's 7-2. We're about 4 minutes into the first quarter. All right. Do not leave Jamal Murray alone. Okay. And so I don't like that the moon is squaring the sun. So the sun, again, rules the longevity, how the Denver Nuggets show out on a public level tonight. The moon also rules the people. So the fact that the moon rules the people and the game is being played at the Target Center in Minneapolis at the Wolves' home, their fans and the fans' amplification could really help the Timberwolves too and be more of like a detriment for the Nuggets tonight, especially if they stay engaged the entire time. They stay loud, they stay rowdy. That could very much help the Timberwolves here tonight. And again, could be to the detriment of the Denver Nuggets. And another thing that I don't like for Denver is that the moon is opposing Pluto, okay? For those of you on YouTube, Twitch, again, that thick red line that's going through there, it's like one or the other. And Pluto, again, is destructive. It's what lies underneath. Jaden 6, that's so funny. I love that. Sabra, that's funny. And those of you on TikTok over here, moon in Leo opposing Pluto, that red line there, okay? That's not an easy line of communication between the moon and Pluto. And Pluto, again, is one of the co-rulers for Denver tonight. And for, let's see, I think I got all over the main points, you guys. I think I went through everything. Yes. I think I did. I'm just looking at the chart here again to see if I missed anything. I'm looking at my notes, and I think we had about a 8:48 tip-off time. It was about 8:48, 8:49. So let's see. Another thing too that I actually didn't touch on here really quick for Denver that I do like is that the moon is making good communication with Neptune, and Neptune is one of the co-rulers of how the Denver Nuggets are going to play their game tonight. So the moon, again, our emotions, the people, the moon is in good harmony with Neptune. Neptune can make things murky. So it's almost like there could be a theme tonight of like, oh, the Timberwolves are starting off really, really good, right? All right. And it's just kind of like Denver's kind of like, oh, just you wait and see. Like you think this all looks fine and dandy, but just wait. But on the flip side for Denver, that could, that could come back to bite them a little bit. But I do think that like Denver has the ability to kind of use this like glamour magic per se to kind of mess with the Timberwolves tonight. Because Neptune is very like, you're wearing like rose-colored glasses. Like not everything is how it seems. And with Neptune, one of the co-rulers for how the Denver Nuggets play their game, they can use that to their advantage. Again, with like this Scorpio energy of kind of like sneaky, and we're like waiting with the right time to strike, mixed with Neptune. Neptune can be this kind of like very seductive energy too. It can kind of like pull you under a little bit too. So the Timberwolves should look out for that. And again, the Denver Nuggets are gonna do what they need to do. They're gonna do what it takes. Like, oh, we do have some celebrities in the house tonight. They're showing them on the big screen. All right, again with the Leo moon, that does not surprise me. Okay, we got Dwayne Wade, Candace Parker, and Kevin Harlan on the call tonight. And let's see, what else? People helping the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have an opportunity to be like the pretty ones, everything on the silver platter. So who wins the game? They're showing Aaron Gordon on the bench tonight. That could be for Denver, too, dealing with one of their main stars being on the bench. Denver does have Saturn in their 5th house of how they play their game, and Saturn will slow things down. Saturn is the greater malefic planet. Mars is the lesser malefic planet. So Denver has both malefic planets in their 5th house of how they play their game. All right, Wolves with the 3. Dante DiVincenzo hits the 3. The Wolves are up by 6. 10-4 is the score. 7:40 left to go in the first. Now, I'm going to finally make the prediction here. And this is a little bit of a harder one for me. I mean, they're all kind of hard in their own way. But the good thing that I like for the Timberwolves is that they have everything right there in front of them to take this game and to take the series right there. They're ruled by Venus. Venus is still in Taurus. Venus is at 29 degrees. It's a very critical degree. If the Timberwolves can deal with things not going exactly how they planned, and they can not let Denver get to them and get under their skin, they're gonna have a victory tonight. On the flip side, for Denver, what I really like for them is that one of their main rulers is Mars. Mars is also, like Venus, Mars is also in the sign that it rules. It's in Aries. Mars does extremely well when it comes to sports. Aries does really, really well when it comes to sports and sporting events, okay? And I like that just straight from the jump for Denver. And again, Mars is in their 5th house of how they play their game. All right? What I don't like, though, is that Denver's co-ruler, Pluto, is getting an opposition from the moon. I don't like that. So it's kind of like this push or pull energy. And then the moon is also squaring the sun. The sun, again, is Denver's career, their longevity, how they look in the spotlight tonight. I don't like that for them. All right? Hey, Elzo, how you doing? I'm sitting here in utter shock. Am I alone in this? For the Wolves game? You talking about the Wolves, or did the Vikings draft somebody? Did the Vikings do their pick? Or are you in utter shock for the Timberwolves, their intensity tonight? I love it. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. It's 12-4. Wolves up early. And I was going back and forth when I was looking at this chart earlier when I was doing my notes. But I've been doing the deep dive here for almost 2 hours now. I mean, we did get a little sidetracked because we were talking about aliens and stuff like that, which is cool. And we were talking about 90 Day Fiancé too, which is fine. And all that sort of stuff. But, you know, the Timberwolves are being put to the test tonight. And if they can deal with the surprises and the intensity, they can get it. But I still really like Denver's chances here. And I do think that the game will be relatively close and it will be high energy like this the entire time. But what I think gives the Timberwolves the advantage tonight is that the moon, which rules the people, you know, the fans that are there, the moon is not doing anything negative with any of the planets that are on the Timberwolves side tonight. So the moon is not doing anything negatively with Venus, the ruler of the Timberwolves. The moon eventually will be in good communication with Mercury. Not tonight, but eventually will be in good communication with Mercury. Mercury rules how the Timberwolves play their game. And then the moon is also in good communication with Saturn, and Saturn rules the Timberwolves' longevity, their public image tonight. Whereas for the Denver Nuggets, the moon is in opposition with one of their rulers, which is not necessarily the best. And then the moon is squaring the sun, and the sun rules the Denver Nuggets' longevity and how they show out in a public level tonight. So that's why I think I'm going to go with the Timberwolves to win this one. The 29 degrees for the Wolves, having Venus at 29 degrees, and with Venus being right next to Uranus, that is a little bit like something's not going to necessarily go as planned per se, but that could be in a positive way. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad. To Ozo's point here, like, am I the only one in utter shock here? They're talking about Timberwolves and Nuggets right now with the Timberwolves being up by 10. That could definitely be this Venus and Uranus conjunction in the sky that's happening in the Timberwolves' first house of themselves as a team. Venus being a positive planet. Uranus being a planet of surprises. Venus being in the sign that it rules. So it's this extra amplification of Venus. So it's like we're kind of seeing that play out early for the Timberwolves. Can they keep it up, though? All right. But I'm leaning towards the Timberwolves to win tonight, and I am going to pick them to win. But I could see some reasons that I already went over why it could go in the other direction. But I do eventually have to just make the pick. All right. And again, we already went over all that stuff. So if you're interested, you can go back in the stream. Okay. You can go back in the stream if you want to get all the details. But yeah, it's the moon opposing Pluto for me and the moon squaring the sun for me. That is making me lean towards the Timberwolves to get the victory. Because both the teams are ruled by planets that are in their domicile. So both the planets that rule each team, those planets are in their home sign. They feel good. All right. And again, I think with the moon being in Leo and squaring the sun, the Timberwolves fans could make it even more challenging for the Denver Nuggets tonight. So I'm going to pick the Wolves to howl tonight and win. And when it comes to points, that's always a tough one for me when it comes to the point spread, because I'm still like trying to figure out like what in the chart is going to tell me the point spread of the game. And it's almost 9 o'clock, you guys. I have to hop off of here. It's after 9, you guys. It's past my bedtime. I have to let my dog out. I'm gonna make something to eat. Okay. I'll stick around until the end of the first quarter, and I'll probably pop off. Does anybody in the chat know if the Vikings made their pick? Side note, I could pull up Hulu, but I had both Hulu and Amazon going earlier. My computer was like, whoa. This is too much. This is too intense for me. I'll take the Timberwolves. Man, I could see like a 1-point game, you guys. I could see that happening. But I do think it's going to be close. If it is like a blowout either way, that'll be surprising to me. But hey, I'm always learning. So I got to write this down in my notes. Again, if anybody's interested in the complete breakdown of the chart, it will be on my live stream on my YouTube channel. Okay? Because TikTok doesn't save the lives. Like, you can post highlights on there. Again, I'm still learning the TikTok sphere. Okay? The live sphere on TikTok. Which is cool. Liking it. I didn't get any violations tonight, which is good. Unlike last stream. I got yelled at because I was talking about Mars and the attributes of Mars. And then I got yelled at. I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to get another violation. So Wolves win by, seriously, you guys, I could see like, again, like a 1-point game. I'm looking, for those of you wondering, I am looking at Venus and Uranus. Venus, again, the ruler for the Timberwolves tonight at 29 degrees and 52 minutes. And Jaden 6, not even close. I love that. Thank you. I love it. So far in this series with my predictions, I'm 1-1. So I'm even Steven. I'm trying to go up 2-1 for my predictions for this series. I love that. That's nice. Jaden 6. I'll take it. And so Uranus is in the Timberwolves' first house, also at 29 degrees. And then I'm looking at the minutes. So Uranus at 29 degrees, and it's really hard to see on TikTok, and 53 minutes. And then Venus is at 29 degrees and 52 minutes. So that's like a 1 minute difference. So kind of like the 1 point thing. Another thing, it could be maybe like a point spread of like 1-9. I normally don't like to do that like wide of a point spread. Man, it's like Denver's having trouble with their offense tonight. Timberwolves up 18-6 early on. It's very early though, people. Very early on. But the Timberwolves came out tonight. They're trying to get this like 29 degree here. Again, they're trying to pass the test with Venus at 29 degrees. And then Naz Reid with an air ball. Okay. Yeah, 1-9 points, something like that. I said 1-10 for the last one. I'm also looking at the moon, who is the co-ruler of the chart. She's at 3 degrees. Okay, that was a sloppy pass. Turnover Timberwolves. Now they're getting sloppy here. Denver's going to take advantage of that sloppiness. They will. And I'm looking at the moon at 3 degrees and then the part of fortune at 12 degrees. So that's like 9 degree difference. So that's where I was getting like the 9 from. Yeah, like 1-9 points, something like that. Yeah, like a 1. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of like 1 point in the chart here, like a 1 point victory. Okay. I'll say 1-9 points. Yeah. Again, I just don't like doing it like that wide of a margin, but I'm still trying to narrow down what it is in the chart that's going to give me the points. One day I'll really know, and that's why I take my notes. So even though last time I said Wolves by 1-10, they won by 5, so I got that right, but I'm trying to narrow it down even more again when it comes to the points. But I'm going to say Wolves win by 1-9 points, and but yeah, we'll see how it transpires, people. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. And with all of that I already talked about, we can come back in Game 4 and kind of go over and do a recap of Game 3, which I will do, like I did tonight, how I did a little recap of Game 2. So we can kind of see, and that's what's really cool, how it plays out. And that's what's really cool about doing the astrology and like the sports predictions is like, we can literally see the chart being played out in real time. So that's cool. Purple Rain, what up? Hi. Skull back. All right, did the Vikings make their pick, you guys? Rudy making the free throws. Wow. Oh my gosh, it is really a special evening. Okay, when Rudy makes his free throws. Let's see. All right. Ooh, I took the background off over here. For those of you, oh yeah, you can't see. All right. I could put that in my chat though. For those of you on YouTube and Twitch, I am on TikTok on my phone over here. Okay. So that's why it's over here. And I took the background off over here. So I'm still trying to like figure out, again, I'm still trying to learn the TikTok sphere. And I guess I can't do like banners or anything on TikTok like I can do on YouTube and stuff and restream. But I guess I could look that up myself, you guys, and see. All right, Joker's at the line. We got to play our sounder. That's my Joker sounder. All right, he makes his free throws. Okay, I'm looking up the NFL draft. What the hell pick are they on? All right, Wolves up by 10. We got about a minute to go in the first. Missing the 3. I'm probably going to pop off here at the end of the first quarter. I want to see if the Vikings made their pick. Okay, let me look. Oh, okay. Hey, they made their pick, you guys. The Minnesota Vikings selected Florida defensive tackle Caleb Banks. I like that name. That's a good name. Adding a 6'6". Wow. 327-pound presence to their defensive line. All right, I'll take it. Again, the majority of you know this, that I'm not a draft expert at all. Man, it's intense at the Target Center, you guys. The intensity's there. Let's turn up the volume for a second.
This is a situation where Minnesota
Situation.
has will on the Nuggets, but they're dominating without separating. You're telling me
They
the
are.
Nuggets have 11 points in the first quarter and you're only down by 12.
Yeah. Again, the fans, I think, will really come in clutch tonight for the Wolves. So, but I'll come back on Saturday, game 4. And again, we'll do a recap of this game, my predictions, kind of everything that I thought was going to transpire. The game on Saturday is 7:30 Central Time. Shoot. Probably be on about 6:30, something like that. But appreciate everybody stopping by. Can't believe it's almost 9:30 already. DiVincenzo with the long attempt. All right. So it's the end of the first quarter, you guys. The Timberwolves are up 25-11. So we shall see if they can keep the intensity up for the entire game. All right. But I think I'm going to pop off, you guys. My dog's like, are you going to get off of there anytime soon? Actually, I think she's fine. I think she's probably sleeping in her spot on the sofa. So appreciate everybody stopping on through. And yeah, I think we'll call it an evening. All right. I'm trying to see if I missed anything over here. It all of a sudden got really dark in here. Or at least on my TikTok stream, it got dark over here. And for those of you that are on YouTube and Twitch, if you do have a TikTok and you ever want to venture over there, feel free. Okay. My channels are in the description of the video. All right. So you can check it out if you want to. All right. I can turn that up. Holy crap. That's really bright. I think that's too bright. All right, you guys, do we have anything in closing? Actually, before I go, I want to play another one of those. And again, when I do the astrology, you guys know this, that I can't be a fan of either team. Okay. But when I do eventually make the pick, and then I can take the astrology hat off and put my fan hat back on, obviously go Wolves, right? But I got to stay neutral when I make the predictions because I have to. Because you can't let your feelings get in the way, all right? Because it's either one way or the other, okay? So, one more time. Go Wolves. Oh, man, you know what I could have had ready, too? But I don't. I could have had the Ragnar dance ready. But I don't have it. For the Minnesota Vikings getting their first round pick. Caleb Banks. I like that name. That's a good name. That's a solid name. That's solid. What's in a name? Who said that? What's in a name? Was Shakespeare the one that said that? And I'm pretty sure it's his birthday today. Was Shakespeare the one that said that? What's in a name? That could be somebody else. I don't know. It could be somebody else. I don't freaking know. Actually, I can ask Google. I can get it clickety-clacking. But I'm pretty sure it's Shakespeare's birthday today. Yeah, quote. It was Shakespeare. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, all right, it's from Romeo and Juliet. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other name would smell as sweet. That's right. It's from Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, and it's Shakespeare's birthday today, the 23rd. All right. And I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to look up Shakespeare here really quick. Now it's telling me what's in a name quote. I've read that play too. I should know these things. April 15. Oh, okay. We don't know. I guess we don't know when his birthday was. All right. He passed away, though, on April 23rd in 1616. He was 52 years old. Okay. He was born in the United Kingdom, and he also passed away in the United Kingdom. I swear he was born on the same day, but I guess we don't know his birthday. Interesting. Let me go to his Wikipedia. All right, you guys, I said I was going to get off at the start of the second quarter, and here I am. That's just how I roll. I do the Minnesota goodbye. Or it takes you 10 minutes to leave, if not longer. I love Kevin Harlan. Timberwolves up by 14. Get in there. And with the and one. Man, the Timberwolves, I'm getting a little FOMO tonight, you guys. Number 5. You know what's really interesting, too? And then I am going to sign off here. You know what's really interesting? Is that the number 5 is associated with Leo because it rules the 5th house in astrology. And the moon is in Leo tonight, like we were already talking about. And also, Anthony Edwards was born during Leo season. So his sun sign is Leo, and he wears number 5, which is associated with Leo. So that's a good number for him, all right, when it comes to like the numerology and the astrology. So I really like that for just Anthony Edwards in general, just for his jersey number. And a really good example of an athlete, too, with a number associated with their astrology is Michael Jordan. He's a very, very good example. Don't leave Jamal Murray wide open at the three-point line, and don't send him to the line either. Timberwolves with good defense. But Denver managed to sneak it in. Wolves up 28-13, 10:48 to go. Just started the second quarter. Nas wants to shoot a 3. He does. You could just tell. Jaden McDaniels, back to Nas. Nas is double teamed in the corner. That means somebody else is open. Anthony Edwards with the long 3, and it's a miss. All right. Denver with the rebound. Back to Michael Jordan. So he's a very good example because Michael Jordan was born during Aquarius season. So who he is at his core, his sun sign is Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. What was he known as? Air Jordan. What number did he wear? 23. 23 is associated with Aquarius. So that's just like a really good example of kind of astrology doing its thing there with Michael Jordan. He's just a really good example and one that just really comes to mind with astrology and it being a good example. Okay. Oh my gosh. Do I have a Twitch bot in here? I have a Twitch bot in here. You know what? I always have to be nice to the bots. Okay? I always try to be nice to the bots. I don't know why. It's like, I'm just trying to be nice to the bots because one day when the bots take over, I want them to remember that I was nice to them. Ooh, Denver missing their free throw. That's not good. Okay? The recipe to success here for basketball, you guys, I've said it so many times. You play defense, you get the rebound, and you make your free throws, okay? I learned those things as a very young kid playing basketball, okay? And it just holds true. Because at the end of the day, they're playing a child's game, okay? They're playing a child's game. They are. Julius Randle, get in there! Ah! You got to make the bunnies. All right, he gets a foul. He's going to the line. Make your free throws. And this is another thing that I learned very, very on when I first started playing basketball as a young kid. The free throw is the easiest shot to make. Nobody is guarding you. Okay? Nobody's guarding you. Nobody's guarding you. Make your free throws. All right, Julius, let's see. I mean, it could be good luck for the Timberwolves tonight. He missed. Just as I was talking nice. Okay? Because I was going to say it could be a really good night for the Timberwolves because Rudy Gobert made a free throw. And I mean, pigs must be falling out of the sky. All right? Julius Randle's making his free throws. I make myself laugh. All right? All right, okay. Julius, fine. He made a second one. Timberwolves up 32-16. 9:40 left to go in the second. Aaron Gordon is out for tonight for Denver. Joker is on the bench. Denver missing the slam, but they get the foul. Excuse me. And again, every single time, it is without fail. You guys, it is becoming more and more rampant in the NBA. Okay? Literally. This happens every game, all game. There's a foul. Somebody gets called for a foul. All right? They're like, what? Me? Then they go bitch to the ref. They're like, I didn't foul. What was it? That wasn't me. What? A foul? Me? Huh? Every time. Without fail. And then when they don't get the foul, it's the exact opposite. Like, what? You didn't call the foul? What? Denver missed their free throw, but the Wolves got to get the rebound. Do not leave them open for three-pointers like that. Wide open. Denver with the 3. They're within 12. See, the Timberwolves started out with this intensity, which was really, really good, right? We were kind of already talking about this. Can you hold that intensity all 4 quarters? We shall see. We shall see. Can the Timberwolves set up a freaking play for once? No, they're going to go for the 3. Ant misses. Okay? It's like, don't be doing that. That's another thing. Like, I know it's like cool. Okay, it's like the cool thing to do to shoot the 3. Set up a play. Okay? Set up a play. The AI summary discussing the Timberwolves versus Nuggets game with astrological insights. Yeah, I would say that that's accurate. Okay? I would say that that is accurate. Actually, I'm going to move this over. I'm going to try to move this over. Got to move my water, which is fine. Stay hydrated, people. We're still not on a commercial. And again, we got the amethyst. I got to move my amethyst over. Ooh, Denver's really having a tough time on offense tonight. Tripod. You guys, it's going over here. Ah! Trying to move it over. Oh! DiVincenzo with the 3. Now it's darker over here. I don't want to be able to like sit in the dark over here. Are you afraid of the dark? That show used to scare the shit out of me. Okay. Okay. Let's not let Jamal Murray get on a rally here. Ooh. Now, okay. Timberwolves just made the jumper. And then now the fans are like, what? There was no foul? What? Now the fans are doing it. We need to stop doing that. That's not a good look. The complaining. Okay? After every foul, there's a complaint. After every non-foul call, there's a complaint. Like, just shut it. Shut it. Okay? DiVincenzo with a little quick jumper. Everybody's excited. I also think part of this is because they're using the Timberwolves old school logo, the old school Timberwolf, and the jerseys. Okay? I think that's part of the allure. All right? We are going to a commercial. I keep saying that I'm going to get off of here, but I'm still here. But I'm still here. Shoot, I forgot what I was going to look up. I don't remember what I was going to look up. I forgot. Damn it. I looked up a whole bunch of shit. Shoot. I don't remember. Now it's bothering me that I can't remember. Seriously. It's like really dark in here now. Now it's really light over here. There we go. Invite somebody as a guest. I don't know if I want to do that, TikTok. I don't know if I want to invite somebody as a guest. Because I don't know how that works. What was I going to look up again? Something to do with, obviously, the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, but what the hell was it? I don't remember. Anybody know what pick they're on for the draft? All right. We're still on commercial. Let's see. I'm going to look up the roster for Denver. For some reason, I thought that I was still sharing the astrology chart. I'm not. But yeah, okay. It got freaking dark over here. I do have, for those of you, see the KG for MVP thing behind me? That's from like 20 years ago, you guys. Got that at a game. The year that he won MVP. I think it was 2002. 2002 to 2003. Oh my God, that was like 23 years ago. Crazy. Where does time go? Let's see. Still on commercial. All right. I love that. I think the Timberwolves need to officially go back to the original logo. My personal opinion. Okay. And I just love the trees on the side of the court. Okay. And I'm sorry, the old school Timberwolf looks way more threatening than the new one. Okay. I don't have my Timberwolf sweatshirt on tonight, but I do have old school Timberwolf sweatshirt still in my possession that I've had for many, many years, and I'm not giving it up. Okay. I'm not. Timberwolves are the best. What's up? I agree. As a Timberwolves fan, I agree. Definitely. Yeah. We're waiting, okay, for a championship. We are waiting. Yes, I agree. All right, there's Finchy. He's getting intense. He's talking to his team, getting them all hyped up. Let's go. I like Chris Finch, though, as a coach. I like him. I also have a little crush on Chris Finch. Some of you know that already. Chris Finch is my fake boyfriend. Okay. Oh, what's up? I love Anthony Edwards. Yeah, Ant's doing really good. Yeah. I was just talking about the astrology of Ant, too, a little earlier. But yeah, he's and he's so young that he has so much more time, right? And he has matured too, I think. And like in this last off season, he was putting in the work, in the off season to get better, to make his game better. So true that. Yep. DiVincenzo, Scrappy Dante. Dante does the dirty work. Dante with the steal. All right, Anthony Edwards, speaking of Ant with the three, it looked good, and it's in. Woo! Nice. Wolves are on fire, you guys. It's loud in there. Okay. Joker had to make the three. Okay, let me play my sounder for that. Timeout. Timberwolves winning the playoffs? You think so? That'd be awesome. I picked him to win tonight. So, yeah. I was breaking down the astrology earlier. I had the astrology chart like behind me, but I took it down. And then I'm also on my YouTube and Twitch channel, like over here, but I'm on TikTok on my phone. But I was breaking down the astrology chart earlier. So, yeah, I did pick the Wolves tonight to win. I picked them to win by 1 to 9 points. And I did the astrology of game 2. And I picked the Wolves to win game 2 by 1 to 10 points. They won by 5. So, and as a Timberwolves fan, I want them to win. For sure. All right. I'm going to stay until halftime, I guess, you guys. It's way past my bedtime. I still have to eat something. I'm hungry. And my dog's being really quiet, though. I think she's definitely in her spot on the couch. So, but got to let her outside, too. All right. But, yeah, I got my Joker sounder. And, I mean, shoot, if the Timberwolves win the playoffs, oh, my gosh. That'd be so exciting. As a Timberwolves fan, as a lifelong Timberwolves fan, I'd be stoked about that. And, yeah, but when I do the astrology, I can't be a fan of either team. I have to just, like, stay neutral because it is what it is when it comes to the astrology, so. It's so windy out. It's always windy here. My God. I can hear it. I can hear the wind outside. Invite, I don't know who that is. Seriously. I mean, I like the TikTok live thing. I'm still learning it. But like I don't understand how it'll tell me like invite so and so to join as a guest. Like I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know. Anybody on TikTok that's on here right now, do you know? Can you give me any pointers or any tips? Like, I don't freaking know. I'm just learning on the fly because I've been streaming on another platform. Okay, I guess TikTok doesn't like when I name it either, but I've been streaming on another platform for many, many moons and many, many years, so I'm more familiar with that one. And no violations tonight on here. I got a violation the other night, which in my opinion was not warranted. All I was doing was talking about the planet Mars, okay? And Mars's attributes. And then TikTok said I had violence in the chat. Like criminal behavior. I'm like, wait, what? No, I don't. But I have to mind my P's and Q's, I guess, when I stream on TikTok. And then I ended my stream on TikTok and I was still on YouTube and Twitch. And I was still like, oh, wait, I can't say that. And I was like, oh, wait, I can say that because I'm not on here anymore. All right, we're back. Man, Ant's triple defended and he still just manages to get the pass off. Jaden McDaniels, they're doing a little bit of highlight reel here. I guess I'm going to stay on until halftime. I keep saying I'm going to go. I'm like, I'm going to go. Past my bedtime. Oh my gosh, 9:34. I'm in the central time zone. I like the AI summary, though, that the TikTok gives. Breaking down the Timberwolves versus Nuggets game. Exactly. And, yeah, we're back. 6:33 to go until halftime. I am going to get off at halftime, though, because I am going to make something to eat. I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm doing, like, the European-style dinner tonight where you eat at, like, 11 p.m. Okay? Oh, back to Dante DiVincenzo. I like pretty much all the Timberwolves players. Rudy pisses me off, though. Gobert pisses me off. I was going off on Rudy in game 2. And then people were like, he had the best game ever. I'm like, really? Did you watch the game? Okay. Did you watch it? But everybody was saying that Rudy had an amazing game too. I'm like, I would beg to differ. Okay. But I like Dante DiVincenzo a lot because he gets in there and he does the dirty work. All right. He's scrappy. I like that. Okay. He's scrappy. He gets in there, forcing the turnovers, moves around with his hands. I wonder what his sign is. I'm going to look it up quick. And too, another thing that I like about Dante DiVincenzo is that he does a lot of work with like rescue dogs, and he like features them when he like walks out. He's worked with a local rescue out of Minnesota to like spotlight dogs to get them adopted. So that's really cool. And with the long 3. Woo! All right, we'll take it. That calls for another one of these. Okay. Timberwolves up by 17. 46-29. Nice. Timberwolves up by 19. Wow. Ayo Dosunmu with the little layup there. Again, I had the Timberwolves winning by 1 to 9 points. It is still very, very early, but like Denver is just like on the struggle bus tonight when it comes to offense. So we'll take it. All right, what's Dante DiVincenzo's birthday? Oh my God, he's so young. He was born in 97. He's an Aquarius. All right, we were talking about Aquarius quite a bit earlier. The aliens of the zodiac. Okay. So his sun sign is Aquarius. Let's look at what his moon sign is because I got my book over here, my astrology book, so I can look it up. Joker's back in. Jamal Murray's on the bench. Jamal Murray's looking a little sad. Let me see. January 31st, 1997. Oh, yeah, Aaron Gordon's also out for Denver. Denver is really feeling their malefics in their 5th house. So Saturn and Mars are in Denver's 5th house of how they play their game today. So that's a little challenging for them. All right. All right. January 31st. Let's see what his moon sign is. Oh, Dante DiVincenzo is a Scorpio moon. I like that. That's why he's kind of scrappy and he gets in there and he does the dirty work. Okay. That's very Scorpio coded. Okay. Because Scorpio also rules like dirty things, kind of like garbage and trash and stuff like that. So I like that. He does the dirty work. Scorpio. I like the Scorpios too. And the Scorpio moon. So who he is at his core or in his feelings. So he's an Aquarius. Who he is at his core, Dante DiVincenzo is an Aquarius. They don't follow the path of everybody else. And then who he is on like the inside is that Scorpio moon. That's very, very intense energy. Right? And it can take out the trash. And again, it can do the dirty work. So that's very fitting for Dante DiVincenzo to be a Scorpio moon. Io DeSumo out at the 3-point line. Speaking of Dante with the 3, and he nails it. Woo! Oh my gosh. Timberwolves are up 55-32, and it's not even halftime yet. Okay. I love it. Man, Timberwolves came to play tonight. And I mean, too, back to the astrology of it all, I think we're really seeing the malefic planets, Saturn and Mars, being in, again, the Denver Nuggets' 5th house of how they play their game today. Saturn will slow things down. It'll close a door in your face. And again, it's the greater malefic planet, Saturn. So that's right in the Denver Nuggets, how they play their game tonight, what rules their game. They're also dealing with Mars, one of the rulers for the Denver Nuggets. While Mars does well when it comes to sports and athletics, Mars is also a malefic planet. Mars is the lesser malefic planet. So Denver's really dealing with, we're really seeing that play out with Denver having Saturn and Mars in their 5th house of the game, sports, recreation. Where, the Timberwolves, on the flip side, the Timberwolves are ruled by Venus tonight. And like I was saying earlier, when I was going through the chart breakdown, the Timberwolves have everything right there for them to, be the darlings of the league. Everything is right there for the Timberwolves to be, given on the silver platter. It's right there. And this game tonight could really cement, the Timberwolves is, kind of like the darlings of the NBA. They just have to put in the work and put in the effort. So, but like I was going over earlier in the chart. So 3 minutes to go until halftime. Wolves 55, Denver 34. All right. What are they laughing about here? Oh, there was a foul called. So let me guess. One of the players is bitching to one of the referees. Julius Randle is a very physical player. He is. I like that about Julius Randle. Dante driving to the hoop. Oh, I almost gave it away. Back to Rudy. Oh, damn it. Jamal Murray with the rebound. And seriously, in game 2, they sent Jamal Murray to the free throw line I would say 100 times probably. I mean, not really. But can we not do that again? Okay. Denver just kind of slowly chip away right now because the Wolves have a 19-point lead. Julius with the shove. The basket can't land. Rudy, can you get the rebound? Oh, DiVincenzo with the steal. Going for the long 3, didn't get it, and the Wolves didn't get the rebound. Damn it. Missed opportunity there. Missed opportunity, but hey, it happens. Okay. I knew this was going to happen. I was talking about this earlier, okay? That the Denver Nuggets were going to be even more theatrical, okay, when they try to get the foul and stuff like that. We just saw that with the Joker. Okay, he literally just let Rudy oh, I'm going to let Rudy come to me and then I'm going to slam into you and now I get to go to the free throw line. And I think he's got 3. I think he was at the 3-point line. So he gets three free throws now. Like, Jokic is really good. Don't get me wrong. But he just gets my goat sometimes. Just like the smugness. Like, I can't. All right. But he's very good. Don't get me wrong. He's just one of those players that you're like, okay, can you not? Can you not right now? Okay. All right. It wasn't 3 free throws. It was only 2. But I mean, again, the theatrics of it all, like I was talking about earlier, like Denver's going to do that extra tonight. They're going to like do what it takes to like go to the line to get the calls. They're going to do all the things. All right. Timberwolves answer back. Okay. Up 57-38. All right. Almost 20 points. Math is hard, but 19 points. And yeah, Denver's just really having a lot of tough time offensively tonight. A lot of tough time. Can I speak? They're having a tough time offensively. Joker with the 3, it didn't land. It's kind of like just right now, like everything's going the Timberwolves' way. And I was saying earlier too that if it does, Rudy was open with a little bunny, and it was an air ball, sir. Ooh, DiVincenzo with the hard foul there. Again, he's doing the dirty work. Getting in there. Scrappy. Okay.
There is nothing you can do about this. With Aaron
Julius Randle getting in there.
high side,
Nice move.
Jokic just a little bit late.
Yeah, Jokic is like, wait, what? What? You got around me? Oh, Denver can't make free throws. That's a problem. Okay. Timberwolves have that problem too, don't get me wrong. But okay. Astrology breakdown of the Wolves versus Nuggets game. Share your favorite player. Thank you, AI summary. I do like the AI summary on TikTok. I do like that. YouTube and Twitch need to get on that. They need to get a little AI summary going. We don't have that yet over there. 1:20 to go in the second till halftime. Okay, sloppy pass, turnover. Timberwolves, it seems like they need a break here. They're getting tuckered out. They leave Joker wide open for the 3, and he misses a little bunny. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. There you go, Rudy. You're only one of the tallest people out there. You should be getting every rebound. Wolves going to the line. Man, they have a chance to be up by 20 now at half. But like I was saying earlier when I was doing the chart breakdown, I said that I thought this game was going to be close. I was seeing like a 1-point victor here. And I picked the Timberwolves to win by 1 to 9 points. But what I also said was I would be surprised if it was a blowout. And so far, it's a bit of a blowout. So I'm going to have to go back in the chart and see what I missed there. If it does, in fact, end up being a blowout victory for either team. I mean, it's still early, but it's definitely going the Timberwolves direction right now. I would say, though, if it does end up being a blowout, Timberwolves up by 20, you guys. 59-39, 1 minute until halftime. Ayo Dosunmu, 14 points, 6 for 8. He's been playing really, really well in this series. He was like a killer from the 3-point line the other night. Oh, nice defense by the Timberwolves. That could have been an easy foul there, but they're not doing it. Julius Randle with the tough defense on the Joker. Joker with an air ball. Hee-hee. Timberwolves with the rebound. About 35 seconds to go. Randle trying to drive it in. Out to Dosunmu. They're going to let the clock run down. They have about 10 seconds on the play clock. They're driving it in. Back out to Randle at the top of the key. Rudy's open. Ah! Julius Randle. Double teamed. He still gets the bunny to drop. Timberwolves up 61-39. Let's see. What I was going to say is if it does end up being a blowout, I definitely would probably say that it has to do, if it ends up being a blowout by the Timberwolves, I would say it's probably because the moon is opposing Pluto. And Pluto is one of the rulers for the Denver Nuggets. And that opposition from the moon is a co-ruler. That's tough. And like I was saying earlier, the fans being really hyped up and involved, that can really help the Timberwolves tonight. And they've been loud. All right. Halftime, you guys. You made it. 31%. Ew. That's not good. No, I don't know what this co-host is. No, hi. No, I don't know. I'm sorry. I have to decline that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Not sure what that is. I have to decline that for now. You guys, people are inviting me to co-host on TikTok, and I don't know how that works. I'm not sure. Invite the creators to a live match. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. I'm still learning this app. Okay. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to sign off. I have been on for a little over 2 hours, so I sign off with the amethyst. I'll give everybody some amethyst energy, okay, to sign off with. I love this, though. Isn't it pretty? Purple. I love that. And happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you have a good rest of your Thursday or whatever day it is, wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching. And yeah, go Timberwolves. All right. And I am planning on being back Saturday. That's going to be game number 4. And again, I think it's slated for 7:30 Central Time. 7:30. So I'll probably, the plan as of right now is probably be back around like 6:30 Central on Saturday. And I will recap my prediction in the chart for this game, for game number 3. We'll do a little recap. And then I will do a prediction for game number 4. And might talk a little Viking stuff too, because they got a new defensive lineman. All right. Caleb Banks, I think his name is. Can't even remember. I just looked it up. So yeah, I'll be back Saturday. That's the plan. But until then, everybody have a great night. And thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to sign off on YouTube and Twitch first tonight. So again, appreciate everybody being here. Peace out. Be good. Stay cool. Take care. All the things. All right. Bye, guys.